Oh, we're good. And welcome into the broadcast, folks. Final game of the evening here. Have a special guest next to me here. I would like to welcome in Carmen Colosimo.
Hello, everybody. How you doing tonight, James?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic, Carmen. Better now that you're here.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here. Can't wait to cover the final playoff game of today between the Utah State University Eastern Eagles against the College of Southern Idaho Golden Eagles.
Yeah, try saying that 3 times fast. Eagles versus Eagles here. Golden Eagles versus regular Eagles. I'll tell you what, one of these Eagles are going to be heading home and their tournament hopes dashed in the first game of the tournament here, Carmen.
This is the loser's bracket here, so it's a very tough and kind of precarious situation to be in. It can be tough. It's even hard to get up for this game at points. I've seen teams, including our own Coyotes a couple years back, have trouble getting up for this game. It's the last game of the day. You know it's an elimination game, but when you're at this point in the tournament, sometimes you're at your lowest point of the season. We'll see how these teams perform here. As I believe it's Austin Gertzen set the lead things off.
Yes, absolutely. I'll go through the lineup here, Carmen. It is Austin Gertzen leading off. But to speak to your words here about getting up for this game, how tough is it for CSI, who just lost on a walk-off hit bottom of the ninth inning? I mean, they got to be at the air's got to be out of the balloon. Yeah, they got to be so deflated, and they have to get back up, pick themselves up, collect themselves, and try to fight for their postseason and baseball lives here.
Yeah, I think one thing as you see as the 0-1 goes by for strike two is that even though they did get beaten kind of a heartbreaking way last game, and it was a big letdown, you know that this is your final game. And they had a little bit of rest in between games. They normally play 2 games anyway, so they got the extra rest, time to shake off the cobwebs.
Yeah, Austin Gertzen grounds one to short here. He's whipping it up the line here. Not in time, though. 6-3 to retire him. Nice job there.
Yeah, knowing that you play 2 games just about every timeout anyways, you got a little bit of extra rest. Yes, the loss was deflating, but you came off of tough losses in the past where they were deflating, came back and won them, did Southern Idaho. So this game, they should treat it no different, even though it can be hard in a do-or-die.
Well, and for a lot of these sophomores, Carmen, that aren't going on to play baseball after this could be their last game, theoretically. You know what I mean?
So very emotional.
Yeah, they don't want to think about that, but in the back of your mind, that's always got to be there. Like you said, very emotional. These group of young men have grown together here throughout this 2016 Scenic West Athletic Conference season. And like I said, you don't want to think about that, but in the back of your mind, you have to know that reality is eventually going to come back around again.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they've spent the last 9 to 10 months together, starting in the fall, as that would be a hit by pitch.
Oh, Reggie Gates takes one there from pitcher Ryan Beard here, and that can't feel good here, but Gates is on here.
Get a guy on early here to start things off. You want to be the first to score a run in these elimination games, really get you a lot of momentum, get you out in front, get you kind of excited. You could almost see yourself winning the game if you get that first run. And when you're down early, it is hard to bounce back in an elimination game. But, hey, we'll see what both of these teams have to offer here tonight. Beautiful night for baseball. I'd say about 65, 70 degrees.
Oh, man, it has been picture perfect here, even in the day. Mid-80s, barely a breeze to speak of here. I mean, just as bad as we've gotten caught with weather here the last month through the home games, getting 1 game canceled in the Western Series, 2 against CSI, 1 against Salt Lake. It's fantastic to see this tournament being played under ideal weather conditions here.
Yeah, it's perfect. And I always find it interesting that in January and February, teams are praying to come here, and then you think you'd want to play here in May, but the weather turns around every late April, early May here for playoff time.
Yeah, well, we know what Southern Nevada is like in the springtime here. Is the bunt. Oh, nice play here. Whew. Wow.
What a play.
Excellent play. We talked about selling out here, and selling out is exactly what Jackson Coons did here. That bunt did not hit the ground. He made a play on it, charged it up for the second out of the inning.
He was completely parallel with the infield grass. I mean, his body was parallel to the ground. That was an awesome play at third base by Coons, and now you're going to have Mitch
K, third baseman here, coming up in the box here. Mitch K, like I said, had a nice first game here. One of the 4 RBIs in the loss from USU Eastern had to Salt Lake here, but Mitch K was actually pretty productive. 2 hits in that game. Looking to keep it going here for his Eagles. Like I said, do-or-die situation.
Huge.
For both teams.
Yeah, big deal here. And like we were saying before, these guys have grown with each other the last 9 to 10 months, dating back to the beginning of the fall semester. As the 0-1 is off for that. There's strike 2 now. Or, no, held up, ball 1. Count.
Well, and something's got to give here, Carmen. Rubber meeting the road here. The 5th and 6th worst hitting teams, if you will, in the conference. CSI batting 264 as a team. USU Eastern dead last at 245.
Oof.
But talk about the rubber meeting the road. USU Eastern also the worst ERA in the conference at 8.12. CSI right behind him at 5.90. So something's got to give.
Yeah, throw down the second here. Almost clips the pitcher. Look like he did clip him in the back of the leg. And you're right. Something does have to give here. Both these teams have not played the best baseball this year, to say the least. We've seen both Southern Idaho and Utah State University Eastern play here, and they just, especially Southern Idaho, I have to speak on. They did not look like the baseball powerhouse they normally are. They're normally a very competitive, good hitting team. Very unusual to see them in the lower rankings and statistics when it does come to hitting, as the 1-2 is grounded to third base over to first for out number 3.
5-3 there to retire Mitch K, and that's going to do it for the top half of the first inning. USU Eastern Eagles leave a runner on second base here as we head to the bottom of the first. 0-0 here on the Coyote Sports Network.
Welcome back to the broadcast, everybody. Southern Idaho coming up to the plate here. Leading things off is going to be Cole Walters, number 12, followed by Austin Coons and Quinton Marcellin, who seems like he's played for Southern Idaho for a while now.
Yeah, absolutely. And on the mound delivering to the CSI Golden Eagles is going to be Trevor Sanders.
First pitch he delivers, misses high for ball 1, counts 1 ball and no strikes.
Trevor Sanders 3-4 on the year, 4.98 ERA in 34 innings of work. He's given up 33 hits. Opponent's batting average against 250. Okay. Sanders is looking to improve on that here.
Counts 1 ball and 1 strike.
1 ball, 1 strike count here. The next pitch from Sanders is taken low for ball 2.
Yeah,
2 balls and 1 strike.
Bit outside, trying to get the outside corner established here early. See what he can do to get started. Looks like third baseman's playing up in on the infield grass, expecting the bunt.
Nice pitch from Sanders to Walters. It is swung on and fouled back to the netting. 2 balls and 2 strikes here.
88 miles an hour in on the hands. Kind of low. Good place for that pitch. Was going to be a ground ball anyways if he did make some decent contact with it.
Yeah, and Walters is a decent contact hitter, batting .298 on the season. He's made 53 starts and played all 55 games.
There's your contact.
Cole Walters sends that into right field for a base hit.
That was a nice piece of hitting right there. Inside outed that ball to right field. They're trying to tie him up on the hands, and has such strong hands and wrists that he was able to take that ball from the inside part of the plate, drive it out over the second baseman's head, and he got a leadoff man on here with nobody down. That's going to bring up Austin Kuntz.
Kuntz, a .211 hitter, started 31 games on the season, 16 RBIs, 20 hits, 25 runs.
Lefty-righty matchup as well here. You wonder if third base is going to be watching the bunt here. You wonder if Southern Idaho even wants to put one on with what they know about the Eagle pitching staff.
Yep, and like you said, it looks like they're trying to play for that early run, Carmen. Like you said,
Yeah.
get a lead, put the pressure on the opposing team here.
Especially coming off a tough loss like they did, you want to jump out early here and try to get some good momentum started early. If you fall behind the 8 ball early, you might wind up with an upset, which I think an upset here would be Utah State winning.
Yeah, absolutely. USU Eastern winning would be a slight upset, like you said here.
Oh,
Attempted bunt.
Wow.
Fouled up the left field line. The interesting thing about Jackson Coons, of his 20 base hits, 9 have gone for extra bases. So he definitely has a little bit of pop in his bat. Here we've seen him bat 5th in the game against Colorado Northwestern, batting 2nd here. So CSI,
His coach must have seen something.
Yeah, looking to shake it up a little bit here.
Well, the
maybe
5 and 2 man can be interchangeable. If the 5 guy is hot and the 2 guy isn't, you put your 5 guy in the 2 hole, and he has basically the same production.
True.
You've seen Major League Baseball this year, the 2 hole's got a lot more recognition. You see guys like Andrew McCutcheon, even Mike Trout at times taking shots in the 2 hole. It's very interesting. Statistically wise, they're proven to take about 40 more at-bats. So the 2 hole's arguably the most important spot in the lineup.
Speaking of the 2 hole, interesting you brought up what the Pirates are doing here. They interchange. Sometimes it's Andrew McCutcheon. Sometimes it's a guy like Gregory Polanco.
Yeah.
A guy that you want to get at bats. Like you said, roughly, what do you say, about 40 more at bats per season?
40 more at bats you see per season with batting in the 2 hole.
Absolutely. And with that outstanding outfield of Polanco, Marte, and McCutcheon, you're going to see the Pirates interchange those pieces and, look for the hot bat, hot hand at the time, if you will.
Oh, yeah.
Next pitch delivered is in the dirt low, and that's going to bring the count even to 2 balls and 2 strikes here on Jackson Coons. Looking to advance Cole Walters here, who reached on a leadoff single.
If you can slap that ball to the left side, there's a lot of room on the left side of the infield to sneak a baseball through. We'll see if that can happen here.
Oh, there's a lot of ways. As he swings through that and misses, that's going to be a strike him out, throw him out here. I was going to say there's a lot of ways to have a productive at bat without getting a hit. Unfortunately, that was not one of them for Jackson Coons.
That's the antithesis.
As he strikes out swinging. And I'll tell you, Ryan Beard here, I lost my train of thought there. Trevor Sanders here made a great pitch there. And like I said, catcher completed the throw over to second here. Dead to rights at second base, but that's a nice strike him out, throw him out double play here, and that's going to give the USU Eastern Eagles a ton of momentum as Quentin Marcelin steps into the box for the Golden Eagles.
That first pitch catches the outside corner. You can't ask any more to stop early momentum as well, besides a play like that, somewhat going in your favor, somewhat your team actually making the play. Horrible base running on the Golden Eagles' part, but that is part of the game.
Yeah, it was bad base running, but nonetheless here, Marcelin swings over the top of that next offering, and it's now no balls and 2 strikes. And just like that, 2 away in the inning, but that's something that'll kill a rally or a prospective rally.
You know what I'm noticing out of the Southern Idaho players early is the point you made earlier about the air being absolutely taken out of them. The last 2 at-bats dating to the last at-bat in this one, they don't look like they have any energy at that plate.
They really don't.
No, look gassed. I understand you played a game before, but you got to get up. It's an elimination game here. You got to care a little bit.
Yeah, you almost got to give USU Eastern the advantage. They did lose the earlier game, but they seemed just a little more energetic, a little more lively out there, and maybe they got over the loss.
Yeah, well, sometimes when you get beat so bad, too, it's we can't do any worse than we did, so let's come out there and game this next time around. And that's what they're doing.
Something to be said to lose a game by 8 runs where you weren't really in it as opposed to a heartbreaking walk-off loss. And that's going to be strike 3 here as that's a backwards K in your book. Marcelin gets caught looking as we head to the top of the second inning here. Golden Eagles and USU Eagles scoreless here from Moore Stadium. And welcome into the top half of the second inning, folks. Bennett Bradford here, stepping into the box to face Ryan Beard. Bradford will be followed in the lineup by second baseman Ridge Nielsen and shortstop Corey McKendrick here. Top half of the second inning, should anybody reach, we'll see Trevor Klingman. Beard's next pitch is cut on and fouled up the first base line here.
Well, if we're going to be in for a 5 and 6 seed matchup, let's see a really good competitive game that stays close throughout here. You don't want to see a blowout. That's like a 6-0. It doesn't quite get enough to where you can win by blowout, but just enough to keep you around too long.
You're absolutely right. You don't want to
get in that situation.
Well, you just don't want to get a lopsided game. You know, the two games here, they've been exciting. They've been fun. Like I said, we had a walk-off winner in the bottom of the ninth between CNCC and CSI. Last thing you want to do to dole out a great day of baseball is have a yawner. You know what I mean? And by yawner, there's Beard here. Like I said, this guy can definitely throw some strikes here. He puts that past Bennett Bradford, first strikeout of the game for Ryan Beard. And that's going to bring up second baseman Ridge Nielsen.
I know what you mean, though, but you don't want a boring game. You want something entertaining and that moves the pace. You want a good baseball game. I think that's what everybody asks out of it, especially in elimination games. Two teams playing tight as the shift is getting played here. Middle infield moves a little bit closer to the middle as the first pitch of the sequence is over for strike one. Outfield shifting from left to right. On to Rich Nielsen here. 0-1 the count with one down. Nobody on. Pitch on the way. This is outside to the right-hander. Count's not evened up at a ball and a strike apiece. Throwing a two-seam fastball at about 88 miles an hour. A little bit of tail movement away from the righties, and it's going to break in towards the lefties as the 1-1 is on its way. Taken for strike two. Good mix of fastballs and curveballs here to start out the game. Ridge Nielsen down 1 ball, 2 strikes here in the count with one down. Pitch on the way to Nielsen. Fastball at the knees. Actually looked like a slider. Just misses. Evens out the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes apiece with one down. Outfield shifted over a little bit more to your right side now. Big hole in the left center field gap. 2-2 pitch on the way. Pitch misses outside. Takes the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes with only one down here in the top half of the second inning. Pitcher comes set. 3-2 pitch on the way. Misses high and outside for ball 4. And Ridge Nielsen will take that all day, get a man on, and with the lowest average in the conference, you want to create something. Walks is the first way to get anything good in your offense created besides home runs, and Ridge Nielsen did his job there.
Oh, yeah, walks will come around to haunt you every single time here. Ryan Beard knows that as he struggled with walks in the loss to College of Southern Nevada here, and we had a rain-shortened weekend, only allow us one day of baseball on the Friday here, and a big lead. The runner at first. Ball's fouled back and out of play.
Surprised that they didn't throw over. First thing I would do is keep that man on and disrupt the hitter's timing at the plate, especially after a walk. I know you want to get that next pitch in. You want to rush a little bit, but watch that man at first base, and I will not be surprised if you see a throw over to first here. Unless he has absolutely no pickoff move, there should be a move coming.
Most lefties get a nice little pickoff move here.
Wow,
he doesn't
terrible.
Go.
Got a great jump.
And he had no chance. That was stolen on the pitcher there.
Yeah, I don't understand what the Southern Idaho mentality is to try to hit and run to start out this ball game. You got a guy who doesn't slide into second base. You have a left-handed pitcher with the base runner on first base who's taking a huge lead, and he doesn't throw over. Maybe you're right, like you said at the beginning of the game. They may just be fatigued.
Yeah, CSI may have mentally checked out of this game here. We'll have to keep an eye on that and just make sure that what we're seeing is actually correct. But, yeah. Some sloppy mistakes here. Very, very, very amateur-type mistakes here for CSI. And in an elimination game, every pitch counts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Every pitch matters. And situational baseball, you have to be at your best. You have to try to make some plays. You have to try to make some things happen, but not at the expense of what they gave up. CSI, the strike them out, throw them out, no slide, just poor execution of the play calling, if that was the case from head baseball coach Boomer Walker over there.
Wow, nice 0-2 pitch in on the hands for strike 3. I like the pitch after a bunch of pitches away. Breaking ball, couple sliders on the outside corner, comes back inside and ties him up at 86 miles an hour.
Yeah, Beard's fastball looks a little bit better because he's able to throw his secondary pitches so consistently for strikes. And like I said, when he needs to get it up there, 86, 87 miles an hour, he can tie you up on the inside. And the rest is history there. After the K, that's going to bring up Trevor Klingman. Number 15 here
Whoa,
lifts it into left field here. That's going to be an easy play here for Joey Rossi. So you can gloves that for the final out of the inning. F7 in your books. And as we head to the bottom half of the second inning here, Eagles and Golden Eagles scoreless here from Moore Stadium on the Coyote Sports Network. We'll be right back, folks. And welcome back into the broadcast, folks. Bottom half of the second inning, scoreless here. Leading off for the College of Southern Idaho Golden Eagles is going to be designated hitter Mason Hayes. Hayes will be followed by Blake Sanchez and right fielder Trevor Lippard here in the home half of the second inning for the Golden Eagles, who are the home team here in this elimination game. Final one here of the Region 18 tournament. We've seen some fantastic play. Both these teams have played well. Not well enough to gain a victory yet, though. However, one will continue on here in the tournament, stay alive for another day. The loser, unfortunately, will be headed home, but none the worse for wear here. Both teams have really played their hearts out. And like you said, unfortunately, when you get to this part of the postseason, Carmen, someone has to win, someone has to lose. And it's as long as the tournament is as competitive as we've seen, the baseball has been fantastic.
That's a former CSN Coyote with the infield.
Mason Hayes showing some wheels, too, as he doesn't quite get it to the outfield grass, but he gets it up the box enough here for a leadoff single. Nice job by Mason Hayes, former CSN Coyote, as you mentioned.
Yes, second leadoff man in a row to get off to a good start.
And that's going to bring up Blake Sanchez here. Blake Sanchez, a .270 hitter on the season, 10 RBIs, 1 home run, 27 hits, 21 runs scored for Mr. Sanchez. See what Blake can do here. Takes a hack at the first pitch and it's cut on and missed for strike one.
65 miles an hour the last pitch. Definitely wasn't expecting that.
Well, Trevor Sanders pulling the string on him here a little bit. He had Sanchez swinging over the top of it for sure. Like I said, whatever you got to throw up there to fool the opposing batters and get the strike. Oh, beautiful breaking pitch that just.
I mean, you caught about coming into the back door. My goodness.
That came all the way around the zone. I mean, honestly, he was out. It flipped back around the zone, caught the inside part of the corner for a strike.
Yeah.
Great pitch there.
I like the umpire just because he backed up does not make it a ball.
No, I don't. Oh. And then what a pitch there. Trevor Sanders saying good morning, good afternoon, and good night to Blake Sanchez.
You can't really win in that situation. He brushes you off with the inside breaking ball, ties your hands up. Then he tried to catch up to the fastball high and inside. Looks like a beach ball to you. You are not going to hit that pitch.
Got no chance.
No, it's going to bring up Trevor Lippard here, right-handed bat.
And he was absolutely off balance from that breaking pitch that broke back around the zone. He was still, I think his mind was still wrapped around that pitch, and he took a cut at the next offering from Sanders, and there was just, like I said, there was no chance.
Yeah, we haven't seen movement like that from him as far as this game is concerned.
No,
Neither Southern Idaho, so that'll take anybody by surprise.
And Lippard here leading the Golden Eagles in average at 326. Hayes takes off for second, and what do you know? Mason Hayes in there safe.
Mason Hayes developed some wheels over the past year. CSN, not really known for his wheels, goes over to Southern Idaho, all of a sudden looking like Usain Bolt out there.
Yeah, he didn't have that kind of speed for the Coyotes, at least not that I remember. But Mason Hayes swiped second base in safely in scoring position here with only one away in the inning. No balls, one strike to count to the average leader for the CSI Golden Eagles, Trevor Lippard, coming in here hitting at a 326 clip. The next pitch to Lippard is taken high for ball one.
It's even at a ball and a strike apiece with one down and Mason Hayes on second base. Sun almost fully down here in the valley. According to your picture at home, there is no sun up.
Beautiful evening. Wow.
Yeah,
Gorgeous day for baseball. Like I said,
is.
it doesn't get any better than this. 3 days, 3 games in 1 day, tournament action, playing for your postseason lives. I mean, this is the stuff. Whoa, and that is driven deep into the gap. And that's going to get down. No chance there. As Blake Sanchez puts a charge into one here, the left center field gap. By the time it's over, he's standing on second base with a stand-up double and an RBI, plating Mason Hayes for the first run of the game. And just like that, Golden Eagles hop on top of the USU Eagles 1-0.
Nice work. He looked like he wanted to go 3. He was so determined rounding that bag at second. He held up just as his third base coach holds up the sign that says hold.
Well, and it was a great piece of hitting because Sanders has been fooling him with the off-speed stuff. So what Sanchez did was he waited back on that pitch a little bit, make sure he got the bat through the zone, and made great contact here. Found the barrel, finding barrels, as they say here. Barreled that up almost out of the park.
As Cody Garvin comes up to the plate now.
And Cody Garvin swings and misses here. Garvin, a 266 hitter, started 51 games, played in all 55 games this season, though. Scored 34 runs, 45 hits, 39 ribs.
That's why he is in the starting lineup.
Absolutely. You got Garvin there.
While they make a little mound visit, some Major League Baseball news for anybody who's been solely focused on the playoffs. Nationals ace Max Scherzer with 20 strikeouts tonight.
Tying the Major League record there, formerly held by Randy Johnson.
Yeah, and then Kerry
and
Wood.
Mr. Kerry Wood, of course. I didn't want to give your Cubs too much credit, but respect due.
I understand a lot of haters nowadays. Popped up behind the plate, no room. That should get out of play. It does.
I've been a hater since the beginning.
Oh, I understand. Even when they were in last place, but that's okay. That's okay. It's a fun year. It's interesting.
No, we'll see. 2 strikes. No, it's always fun when teams like the Cubs compete. You know, when you see that, it's honestly it's good for baseball. You know, those kind of teams. There's certain teams in certain sports that make the sport better when they're competitive.
Brings in the casuals. One of them. Yeah, brings in the casuals, not just the hardcore. And
sure,
I think makes it a lot more fun.
Well, I think the Cubs, undoubtedly have one of the most loyal, diehard fan bases in all of baseball. So, like I said, it was kind of like when you saw the Red Sox come around in the late '90s, finally start beating the Yankees, finally start winning some meaningful games, get that World Series title. Yeah. It was good for baseball. I mean, that was a fun time for baseball. If the Cubs produce a similar kind of run, maybe win a title or two. Like I said, it's great times. Renaissance in Chicago as both Chicago teams, the White Sox and Cubs, are enjoying first-place starts to this season.
Hey, you're just speaking my language right now. You just keep going. I love it. I am enjoying this baseball season more than I have any one in a very long time.
Well, I see it looks like, the AL and NL Cy Youngs might come from Chicago.
9 miles apart.
Chris Sale and Jake Arrieta, of course, having seasons for the history book so far.
It is fun. As the 0-2 has popped up in the center field. He slips coming in on that ball. He's going to tag up from second. This is a bullet.
He's got him.
Is
out. Oh, my goodness. Austin Gertz showing off that arm. And he went back on that ball, Carmen. He actually misjudged it, thought it was hit a little harder than it was. Came up and fired an absolute strike down to third base to gun down the runner. Some more questionable base running by CSI. I don't know that they needed to tag up with the runner already in scoring position, but it is what it is. As we head to the top of the third inning, CSI has taken a 1-0 lead over USU Eastern here on the Coyote Sports Network. and Brandon Erie, or Brandon Erie, not sure exactly the pronunciation. If you do know, hit us up on Twitter so we can pronounce it correctly. Leading off here for the USU Eastern Eagles, 9-hole hitter in left field will be followed by the top of the order, Austin Gertson and Reggie Gates here as we get the top of the third inning underway.
Yeah, pitch by Beard was high and outside for ball one. Catcher almost looked like he twisted his right knee fully around.
Yeah, looked like it was a weird motion he made to try to get to that ball.
Yeah, turning back around, looked like he felt that a little bit as the 1-0 misses outside.
Maybe a little tweak.
Yeah. Nice pitch, high and outside.
And nice job by that catcher to frame that pitch.
Yeah.
Because he held it up there long enough to show the umpire that it did hit the zone. A lot of catchers, see, I like that. He did it again. He didn't get the call there.
We all know the best catchers in the game do that, and they could save you.
Well, you gotta help your pitcher any way you can. You know what I mean? And good catchers, Cody Schmidt here, like I said, has done a good job for his pitcher here, trying to frame some pitches. You're gonna get some. You're gonna not get some of those calls. But if you're trying to do a good frame job there, you know those ones you steal, you can steal a couple strikes.
A great frame can switch anywhere from 3 to 4 pitches per game, and those. As 3-2 misses high and outside for ball 4. If you are a good framer, it is statistically proven you can change about 3 to 4 pitches per game, and those 3 to 4 pitches when you're framing can be huge.
It can be everything.
Yes, exactly.
But speaking of everything, Austin Gertson made a fantastic throw to third base. I'm still so impressed with his arm from shallow center field here. He was able to gun down the runner, tagging, trying to go to third. Nice double play to end the inning and get his USU Eastern Eagles back on the offensive.
Austin Gertson can do just about anything you ask him to do besides hit a super long home run, and I think even that he has in his arsenal. He just chooses not to do it. He's a great base hitter. He's very fast. He can steal bases. He can play the field. He has a great arm.
Yeah, it's an amazing baseball IQ.
Mm-hmm. You can't really teach that. It takes a long time if you are trying to teach it.
Yeah.
Well, that natural instinct.
And even that IQ, that baseball acumen, you either have it or you don't sometimes, especially at this level here. Oh, yeah. And Austin Gertson, like I said, 309 hitter, he gets it. He understands what his team needs, and he's a chameleon. He adapts to any situation. If you put him in a spot where you need him to lay down a bunt, he'll do it. If you need him to hit the ball to the other side to manufacture a run or advance a runner, he'll do it. If you need him to wear one, he'll do it. I mean, anything he needs to do to help his team out, he's a perfect teammate.
They may have.
Wow, and that's the
third bad base
third time we've seen that. And I mean, you got to think Brandon Eyring. He must have missed a sign, possibly, because he just takes off there, and like I said, that wasn't even on a pitch. It was, Beard firing over to first, and lefties do have good moves, but it's not Andy Pettit out there.
Yeah, you're struggling in average here, and you're just trying to get on base, and all your base runners really matter, like a team with the lowest average.
Well, yeah, when you're batting 244 overall as a team, USU Eastern, I mean, these outs are precious here. When you get base runners on, I mean, you want to do your best to be productive, move them along, and get them opportunities to get in scoring position. I mean, that's the name of the game, hitting with runners in scoring position. And Austin Gertson, now up here with a 2-2 count, and if Beard is able to retire him, Beard's got to be feeling really good about his prospects to get a 1-2-3 inning.
Ball hit down the right side, just
not foul. The traditional way, but
no, it's all you can ask for. You want 3 up, 3 down every time around, whether you get it the easy way or the hard way. You just want to get it. And Gertson here, though, making the at bat tough. He's going to make a long.
Well, and some of those plays, a pickoff move, that's the kind of stuff that pumps a pitcher up too. And it'll get him throwing a little faster on his velocity, gets a whole team excited. So,
he wore it. He did not move us. He did not move a muscle on that pitch. He knew it was coming, and he wore that and went directly in the back.
Speaking to what we were talking about here, USU could have had really something cooking here with the first 2 runners on, nobody out coming for the 2, 3, 4 hitters. Reggie Gates steps into the box. And speaking of hit by a pitch, Reggie Gates was hit by a pitch to start off his first at bat in the first inning and wound up stealing second. So let's see what the Eagles right fielder has in store. His second plate appearance here, as Ryan Beard comes set to deliver the first pitch to Gates. And before that, he's going to fire over to first to check on the runner. Austin Gertson barely 2 steps off the bag. Didn't have too much of a lead, but watch him. He'll get a walking lead and a nice secondary lead here. Once the pitch is delivered, he'll be halfway to second. I've seen him take some good chances out there, smart chances. I mean, it's not anything where he's going to get picked off.
Yeah, like we said when he was batting, he has a good baseball IQ, and some of that stuff, especially at this level, you cannot teach.
Yeah, baseball acumen, like I said, that's something that you either understand the game, you understand the nuances, the ins and outs of it, or you don't. Like I said, there's plenty of great players that don't understand that side of the game. Major leaguers, other people we've seen.
Seen some, pitch. Misses inside as Gertzen takes off for second base.
Yep.
More this season, I think, than Major League seasons in the past. There are some guys that just don't get it, and I've noticed that quite a bit.
Yeah.
From veterans, from being 40 years old all the way to 22 years old. There's some guys in baseball that just don't get it at times.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a fundamental flaw. Whether it's not being emphasized at the minor league levels or whether some of these players just think they're too good to follow the basic rules of the game. You do see, and then you see some of these core players here, guys that have been role players their whole lives, guys like Mark DeRosa, guys that have stuck around the game of baseball because of the way they understand it. Then they end up coming out the other end being great managers.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because they understand the game that well. And you're right, though. There is definitely a fundamental flaw from the lower levels of A-ball all the way up to the majors.
Oh, yeah. Just like basketball as well. Oh, error, bobbles the ball. He's going to make it safe at second base.
And great job by Reggie Gates. I mean, give him credit. He was hustling out of the box the entire way. That looked like a routine ground ball to second base. He didn't care. He had his head down, running tough, and was able to beat that out after the ball was bobbled. I think we're giving an E4, though, for sure, to the second baseman. I mean, that should have been a play that was made, but credit USU Eastern for hustling. And now that missed stolen base, that opportunity looks really bad because we could have a tie game here. But Eagles on the corners here with only one away for Austin pitcher.
And the point you were making, I think you could say the same for basketball too. Same kind of issue where at the lower levels and the high levels, the basic fundamentals are missing, and it allows for a team to get 73 wins in a season. Not taking anything away from Golden State, but just saying, when you have a team that's mixed of almost the best talent in the league and then the rest of the league has no fundamental skill, makes it very hard.
Well, yeah, like you said, the rest of the league is where you see teams this year, like the 76ers, the Lakers, they weren't even competing. I mean, these teams, they didn't even belong in the NBA. They really weren't giving competitive games game in and game out.
You could see they were tanking.
Right, exactly. And like you said, how many of those games, now we're not taking anything away from the Warriors, but how many of those games were, freebies, layups, if you will?
Yeah. Yeah, and I get then a counter argument is the 1-0 catches the outside for strike one as well. Everybody gave them their best game because they had the bullseye. Not really. I mean, if you're the Sixers, you were tanking it no matter who came in the building. The New York Knicks, same issue. I mean, a lot of these teams this year, you could really tell lack the fundamentals. And
Phoenix Suns. I mean, like you said, there was a half a dozen teams that really weren't competing on an NBA professional level, and and that goes without saying.
Got him. What?
Oh, wow. And that was a terrible base running mistake there by Reggie Gates. I don't know if he thought the ball was going to somehow scoot past the shortstop, but he's halfway to second base just in no man's land there, and he's going to get doubled up. So USU Eastern threatens, has runners on the corners, but another base running error ends their prospects of a run. And as we head to the bottom of the third inning, CSI leads USU Eastern 1-0. And welcome back into the broadcast, folks. Number 4, Cody Schmidt steps into the box here. Cody playing a nice catcher here in the last game for Northwestern. Made some big plays. Worked a couple walks, had a single.
Nice breaking ball on the inside for strike one by Trevor Sands.
To his credit here, Schmidt will be followed by the shortstop Jake Boyd, and then back to the top of the lineup with second baseman Cole Walters.
84 miles an hour comes high and inside, evening up the count at a ball and a strike apiece here in the third inning. 1 ball, 1 strike, your count. Pitch on the way from Sands. Doesn't even reach the plate, about 59 feet and 2 inches. Count is now 2 balls and 1 strike. Usually happens when you snap the breaking ball off too hard and too early.
Yeah.
Balls tend to bounce to the plate. Only seen one batter hit that. Goes by the name of Vladdy Guerrero.
Right.
Yeah. One of the best bad
Is he the best bad ball hitter ever? I was just going to ask.
That I've seen in my time. A lot of my dad's people and everything think Yogi Berra was, but I mean, as far as I've
my
seen,
money, yeah.
For my eyes, Vladimir Guerrero, hands down.
And to add to that, I mean, man, he had Raul Mondesi, some of those arms that used to be in right field. I mean, Vladimir Guerrero,
the greatest arm I've ever seen. I still say that.
I mean, now we're talking about guys like Yoenis Cespedes, Yasiel Puig, but Mike Trout, Bryce Harper, but those outfield arms, my goodness.
It's Cody Schmidt.
Great pitch there.
Yeah, rung up on a backwards cable. You're not kidding. The arms in the league are very good. I think Yoenis Cespedes is about the best arm I've seen since Vladimir Guerrero. Yoenis Cespedes has an arm that makes you wonder if he's a cyborg or not.
Right, yeah, seriously. Yeah, is that man human?
Yeah.
Jake Boyd steps into the box here. 9-hole hitter, shortstop getting his first hacks of the game. He fouls that directly back behind us and out of play. No balls and 1 strike. And give Trevor Sanders some credit. Mm-hmm. He's hung in there. He's had some tough situations, only giving up 1 run here. Anybody's ball game here as we're in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
He easily fall apart mentally here with the situations he's been in early on, and he hasn't. Doing a great job.
Oh, yeah, I like the fight. And I like the pitch selection that Sanders has utilized here his first time through the lineup here. Mm-hmm. Obviously, first time through the lineup, a lot of times there's a lot of guesswork going on between the pitcher and the hitter, but as he settles in here, getting a first time around through this lineup, he's done really well.
He knows what he wants to do.
Absolutely, and he's throwing that breaking pitch for strikes. And if he can continue to keep the CSI batters off balance by throwing that breaking pitch for a strike, he's going to have an effective outing, which he has so far.
Keep the hitters off balance and change the level of where they see the baseball.
Oh, like there you go. That's the name of the game, Carmen. As you said it, he throws that big looping breaking ball. He has the hitter's eyes up here. By the time it comes down, it's in the zone. He's swinging it air.
Oh, yeah. That's tough. Arguably the toughest pitch to hit right there when you're off balance like that.
Back-to-back strikeouts, and don't look now, but through the first 9 batters, Trevor Sanders has 4 Ks. 2 looking. So he's throwing some filthy stuff when he's got 4 strikeouts and 2 of them just looking.
Yeah, first pitch misses high and inside for ball 1 to Cole Walters, who led off the game with a single. Wound up getting thrown out.
Excuse me, correction. 5 strikeouts here.
5 strikeouts. Wow. Count now goes to 2 balls and no strikes.
It is 5 strikeouts. Excuse me. He struck out Jackson Coons as well, and that's impressive stuff. Like I said, he has come in here with the weight of the world on his shoulders here, trying to keep his team alive in this tournament. And Trevor Sanders has accepted the task at hand. Slow grounder to third, tough play. Nice arm though. 5-3 to retire Cole Walters. 2 strikeouts in the inning, a 1-2-3 inning for Trevor Sanders. And as we head to the top half of the 4th, CSI leads USU Eastern 1-0 here on the Coyote Sports Network. And welcome back to the broadcast, folks. Top half of the 4th inning here from Moore Stadium. USU Eastern Getting a nice shot in the arm from pitcher Trevor Sanders here as he strikes out 2. Records a 1-2-3 inning to get everything going for his Eagles. First pitch is in there for a called strike. Well, moving right along here as this game's now in the top of the 4th inning. Like I said, elimination game for one of these teams. As that ball is sawed off toward the right field line. Looks like he has plenty of space. Mitch K is now retired here. F9. And that's going to bring up the designated hitter, Bennett Bradford. Bennett Bradford did get the start in game 1 here. Wasn't able to go too deep. Designated hitter here struck out his first plate appearance. Bennett Bradford looking for a little better result here second time around. And the pitch from Beard to Bradford is fouled off over the first base line for strike 1. So one down.
A lot of lefty-righty matchups here, and it does make the matchups actually more favorable for Utah as it goes along.
Oh, definitely does. Bennett Bradford takes another hack here. Fouls that back to the screen. No balls and 2 strikes. But that's what Ryan Beard wants to. He wants to pitch to contact. This lefty's not afraid to have USU Eastern put some balls in play here. He trusts his defense behind him. And
the umpire's been giving that outside corner besides right there.
Yeah. Well, I love that 0-2 pitch because he has a pitch or 2 to waste. And like I said, keep expanding that corner. Go Tom Glavine on him until the umpire,
says that's enough.
Right. You start breaking it off on that corner and hitting it consistently. Next thing you know, you're getting a strike called 2-3 inches off. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I mean, that's exactly how it.
If anybody wants to know how that works, go look at the film of the 1997
Florida Marlins,
Game
Atlanta
5
Braves. Oh, my goodness. Levon Hernandez and Fred McGriff. I mean, that's laughable, some of those strikes that were getting called at the end of that game. I mean, it was unbelievable. I mean, Fred McGriff had to be – I don't know how he didn't lose his mind in that game here. He's very professional.
That's what he is.
Yeah.
Key word.
Yeah, the crime dog.
3-2. Swung on him, missed that. We're out number 2.
Crime dog, great power-hitting lefty first baseman.
See, the crime dog, the bulldog, and Oral Hershiser. And what was Greg Maddox?
Greg Maddox was also
a bull.
The professor.
Yeah, the professor. That was it. Yeah, the professor.
Greg Maddox looks like he should be teaching a course at an Ivy League college when he puts those glasses on. Looks like
or UNLV.
Classes in session or UNLV.
Yeah.
Like I said, it would be great to see Greg with his son Chase at UNLV here, maybe lending some wisdom to his son's ears and the rest of the
see Mike Maddox
talented pitching staff there.
Yeah, Mike Maddox currently with the Texas Rangers.
We have some nice arms at UNLV. You have DJ Myers. I mean, you have some guys that have some real talent here under the tutelage of a Hall of Famer like Greg Maddox. You really wonder where he can take these pitchers' games. Take them up to the next level here. I mean, Greg Maddox, an excellent pitcher himself here. Like I said, just a fountain of knowledge, a wealth of knowledge.
Oh, even when he played in San Diego, he taught a lot of the young pitchers like Peavy and Chris Young really how to play the game as that throw goes errant, and he's going to get into second base.
There you go. Great base running here. Heads up base running. And Ridge Nielsen standing on second base. Single and an error, I believe. And Corey McKendrick steps into the box. Strikeout victim, his first plate appearance here, but is hitting with a runner in scoring position. And USU Eastern is going to want to start to capitalize on some of these opportunities. Hitting with runners in scoring position is only the top of the 4th inning, but this seems like it's going to be a game played close to the vest here. 1 or 2 runs could be the margin of victory. Definitely want to attack when the opportunity presents itself. First pitch from Beard to McKendrick is taken high for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs in the inning here. USU Eastern once again has a runner sitting on second base in scoring position.
Just don't blow it on the base pads. Stay everything and let the base hits come up for you.
Yeah, unfortunately, they've kind of beat themselves in that sense here. Instead of forcing CSI to make good pitches, make sound defensive plays here behind them, they've kind of let them off the hook a couple times, so to speak.
Yeah, without a doubt.
USU Eastern needs to really try to capitalize on these opportunities. It's anybody's game. We're here in a 1-0 ball game.
You made a good point at the beginning of the game, though. Both teams being last in the conference and average, they got to try something, and that's moving bases. They just haven't been successful yet. But as the game moves along, we will see.
Yeah, and I love the way Beard and Sanders have come out pitching the ball. I mean, they are pitching lights out. This,
aggressive.
They know this is an elimination game. They're letting it all hang out there, and they're doing everything they can to persevere, to get their club to tomorrow. That's all you want to do. Just win and get to tomorrow.
Oh, boy.
If you wake up tomorrow and you're still in Vegas with the game to play, you've done what you needed to do.
Oh, yeah.
And that's all that's on these two teams' minds here. It's not that they have one loss. It's like, let's win, let's move on. Tomorrow's a new day, and all it takes is one upset to really upset the apple cart.
Exactly. And who doesn't want to wake up in Vegas with a game to play?
Exactly. Absolutely right, especially when the weather's this gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, perfect day for baseball. Another high 80s day planned for tomorrow. By Friday, we could get a little warm, though.
Triple digits, I heard, this
weekend.
Yeah,
we're talking 99 to 100, so make sure you break out the sunscreen for this weekend if you're going to join us out here at Moore Stadium or go anywhere. And third base is swiped without a throw. And just like that, USU Eastern has the tying run just 90 feet away. Once again, trying to hunt that tying run. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Deuce is wild here. Top half of the 4th inning. USU Eastern looking to cash in on one of these opportunities. Nice job there by McKendrick, fouling that off toward his first base side.
Into the dugout, too.
Be careful.
Heads up in the dugout.
Always got to keep your head on a swivel if you're anywhere around the field. I mean, you've seen the netting. We saw that tragedy that happened in Houston where the lady got hit with the ball that went through the netting. So just be careful. Folks, fans, always keep your attention on the game, please.
Never seen that happen till this season, a ball go through the net.
Through the netting. Can you believe that?
I've always wondered if that was possible, and it was proven this year.
Yeah, it was. And it's a big pitch here to McKendrick. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Beard comes set and delivers, and he swings and misses. So McKendrick throws his bat down in disgust, and as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning, CSI leads USU Eastern 1-0 here on the Coyote Sports Network. And welcome back into the broadcast, folks. We just discovered something very interesting about Carmen Colosimo. He says he's never seen any of the Rocky films. I called bluff. I called BS. I don't know if that's real.
Biggest boxing fan you know that has yet to see any of the Rocky movies.
Well, and Rocky, the original Rocky, let's be realistic here. It did win Picture of the Year. It did win an Oscar award. Yes, Carmen. It beat Raging Bull, by the way. I mean, I don't
wait a minute. Wait, in the same year?
Same year. It actually won the Academy Award in, I believe, 77 is the year. I am a movie buff sometimes, but I also call baseball. So, yes, it did beat out Raging Bull, which I feel is probably the more quality movie. I mean, Robert De Niro gives a performance of a lifetime, but don't discount Rocky. Okay.
Wait, Robert De Niro put on authentic fat and then took off.
Rocky's, he did, and the way they filmed that, Martin Scorsese, the story of Jake LaMotta, like I said, one of the most fantastic films ever put in a capsule and shown to the public. So, like I said, Robert De Niro, I feel like he should have won, but Rocky did win the Academy Award that year.
And our booth has never seen Raging Bull.
Oh, my goodness. Now we got to get back to this game here because
really
this conversation's getting crazy.
We're going off in the left field, no pun intended.
2 balls and 2 strikes now. We got people that haven't seen Rocky or Raging Bull. So, fans, if you have any comments on that, hit us up on Twitter, please, and tell these guys what they're missing. 2 amazing films. Those are two films that when I turn on the television and see them, I'll watch them from wherever they're at, whether it's Raging Bull or Rocky. I mean, my finger won't allow it to change the channel. I will watch the rest of those films in their entirety from wherever I catch them. So
that is awesome.
Two amazing movies. The next pitch here from Sanders is a beautiful breaking pitch that just misses outside here, but he's been spot on with that breaking pitch, Carmen.
He's been on fire with it. It's been his go-to pitch all night.
Absolutely.
It seems like, to get out of trouble.
Yeah.
And he's throwing it. They're pitching really aggressive. Both pitchers are taking chances with the breaking ball, figuring this is the last game they potentially have to go in, so they got to give it their best.
There you go. Again, it looks like a lazy fly ball to Austin Gertzen. He's under it. Gloves that for the first out of the inning, F8. And that's going to bring up Quentin Marcelin. Marcelin here got caught looking here. Strikeout victim. His first time up. Center fielder for CSI looking for a little better result. Second time around. But don't expect Trevor Sanders to give in here as he is. Talk about Oral Hershiser a little bit earlier. He has that bulldog mentality.
Coming right at you.
Reminds me a lot of like when you see A.J. Jones in his right zone. You know, he has that bulldog battle you mentality all the way down. I love the way A.J. Jones, when he's going right, I love his body language on the mound. Trevor Sanders, very reminiscent of that as Quentin Marcelin puts a single into left field.
When I see Trevor Sanders, the first pitcher he reminded me of, it's going to be a lot greater of a comparison than A.J. Jones. No offense, but it reminds me of A.J. Burnett. The same delivery, and with the break on the breaking ball.
Yeah.
A good enough fastball to get it by the hitters, and a breaking ball to keep you off balance all night.
Absolutely.
A.J. Burnett is one of the most underrated pitchers of the last decade.
Well, A.J. Burnett, too, had one of the most gifted arms I can just, in recent memory, in the major leagues.
Pure mechanics, he was great. There was very few that were better. And pure stuff, when his stuff was on,
it was filthy.
The Yankees won the World Series because of A.J. Burnett.
Yeah.
Game 2, they were down 1-0 after Cliff Lee absolutely dominated them in Yankee Stadium, and A.J. Burnett comes out in Game 2 and shut down what I think is the best National League team I've personally ever seen in my 24 years of living was the Philadelphia Phillies. That team
very,
was
very
great.
Good team. Like I said, that Yankee team was
man.
It was A.J. Burnett and C.C. Sabathia doing the heavy lifting there during that championship year.
Yeah.
That was
the
second.
first game Sabathia lost. He had to come back and win in Philadelphia.
He did, and he pitched a heck of a game to win in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
But that was a good Phillies team that they beat. Ryan Howard, Chase Utley.
That's their best World
Placido
Series pure
Polanco,
talent.
Shane Victorino. It really was.
If you
super
look at
talented.
the talent on the field, I would like to get a stat on it. I wish we had a truck to do this. But more Hall of Famers on that field in that World Series than any played in the last 10 years. I mean, all over the place. You had as a pickoff move over to first.
Got to agree with that. Like you said, that was a star-studded World Series.
If you guys want to go around the horn real quick, if we have time, what is it? One out. You had Howard. You had Pat Burrell, Chase Utley. You had a ton of Pat
Jimmy
Burrell's
Rollins. You had Placido Polanco. You had
Worth.
Carlos Ruiz.
Yeah, Ruiz. Jason Worth, who was godsend with the Phillies at the time. Never a real good average hitter, but a clutch hitter, just like he is now.
Was Hunter Pence there, or was that the year after?
Oh, yes. Good one. I forgot about that. Wow. How did I forget Hunter Pence was with the Phillies? He didn't enjoy his time there at all, though. He went to San Francisco and really found himself.
He did.
It was crazy. 2 men on here.
Sometimes you fit in, sometimes you don't.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough to go in a veteran clubhouse, and so either you mesh with the personalities or you're the odd man out. And it's nothing to speak bad about or ill on Hunter Pence's part. It's just sometimes you just don't fit in.
It's weird how it changes scenery. I think in baseball more than any other sport can really benefit a guy. I mean, you see that every year at the All-Star break. A good pitcher with good stuff has average numbers and goes to a good team and becomes outstanding.
Mm-hmm.
Seen that on several occasions. I mean, even David Price, I don't want to call him overrated, but as good as he was with the Blue Jays last year, he is not consistently that good.
No, he's not, and he's getting the thing that's alarming about David Price, at least that I've noticed, is this ball's grounded to shortstop here. It's going to be a tough play anywhere. He fires over to first. Nice job to record one out here. The thing I've noticed about David Price is he's not getting the swings and misses he used to.
No,
a lot of people are hitting his balls, fouling him off, keeping him alive, and that just shows me that he's losing 2-3 miles off his velocity.
Don't forget, that was starting to happen in Tampa, and then he went to Toronto, and all of a sudden it got better.
Well,
Just
remember
like
he went to Detroit first.
Well, excuse me, Detroit, and then he was good in Detroit, and then he got way good in Toronto, and I've noticed a few players, when they go to Toronto, all of a sudden they get better. Joey Batista, Edwin Encarnacion, David Price, all these guys that are pretty good become, very good, and and they already they got one guy over there. who was the guy they nabbed and he off? Was it Smoke recently? They got for 50 games.
Yeah.
A lot of red flags in my eyes raised, but hey, that's just a personal opinion here. I don't want to get any deeper than that on the Blue Jays.
Well,
but
you never know, yeah.
And in baseball, I mean, after D. Gordon came up positive, there really is no prototype anymore for the steroid user.
No, there isn't.
I mean, after D. Gordon, he changed up the game entirely.
Definitely did.
First pitch, misses outside for ball one, and I was quite shocked and disappointed when D. Gordon got caught with steroids. That was a personal favorite player of mine. I absolutely loved the way he played baseball. He played how I used to when I played. I loved playing second base as well, and what a letdown.
Well, the problem with PEDs, too, is we'll get back to that after this inning here, as the fly ball is caught by the right fielder. CSI strands 2 as we head to the top half of the 5th inning with the Golden Eagles still leading the USU Eastern Eagles 1-0 here on the Coyote Sports Network. Back to the broadcast here, folks. As we head to top half of the 5th inning here, CSI hanging on to a 1-0 lead. USU Eastern and CSI battling for the right to continue playing in this Region 18 tournament. First pitch from Beard is taken by Klingman for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes here. Top half of the 5th inning. Opportunities slipping through the hands of both teams here. Opportunities to add to the lead. USU Eastern has had multiple opportunities with a runner at least at second base with less than 2 outs and not been able to cash in on those opportunities. Prime opportunities as Beard comes set to deliver the next pitch to Klingman. And that's outside for ball 2.
2 balls, 1 strike to count. Nobody on, nobody down. Trailing by a score of 1-0. 2-1 pitch on the way. Fouled back into the net.
And Klingman had 3 of the 4 USU Eastern RBIs in Game 1. Their Game 1 loss to Salt Lake City. But Klingman did everything he could for his team here. Like I said, as he had 3 RBIs. Very, very clutch 2-out double that produced 2 RBIs and gave USU Eastern a short-lived 4-2 lead.
Tried to frame that pitch on the outside, like I said earlier, but didn't get that one. He really is doing the Tom Glavine deal. He's going as far outside of the plate as you can until the umpire says nope.
Yeah, I really like the way Beard approaches it. As he walks the batter there, you can tell he kind of says something into his hand. He's a little upset with the location of that pitch. But like I said, I like the way his attitude is out on the mound. I like the way him and his battery mate out there, catcher Cody Schmidt, are throwing the ball.
Yeah, doing a nice job here. Definitely a consistency. Back to the top. Excuse me.
Brandon Eyring here.
There we go.
Walked his first plate appearance here. Let's see what he can get going. And he shows bunt. Pulls back here on a ball that's very high and out of the zone. Looking to sacrifice Klingman over, of course, for the top of the order. What should be following Eyring would be Austin Gertson and Reggie Gates. So let's see if the USU Eastern left fielder can get the bunt down. Instead, he skies it up. Oh, lucky for him. Gets to the backstop before Schmidt can get a glove on it. See Schmidt make an excellent play out of the crouch here, diving on a ball that was bunted just in front of him, made a sliding catch. Beautiful, beautiful put out there.
Yeah, parallel, basically.
Yeah, he's active back there. He's active, though. If that ball is up in the air, I mean, he's throwing the mask off. He's diving anywhere he can, and as a pitcher, you got to appreciate and love that.
squared around, comes back in time, counting out 2 balls and 1 strike.
Beard's still popping the glove here, has some giddy up on that fastball for sure. Especially, he's one of those pitchers I feel like when he needs to have it, he'll reach back for a little something extra.
And what's confusing about Beard is, and especially reading a fastball, and when you see off speed, you get to see the seams fairly decent. You see the seams on the baseball when it's coming at you. When all of a sudden it gears up to 88, those seams can become blurred at times, i.e. that pitch right there. Count. Yep. Even now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. I wish I'd give you a visual demonstration of it. There's actually a good computer simulation of how like an 88-mile-an-hour fastball differs from a 94, and it's the blurriness of the seams. It really is, and when you have a breaking ball mixed in with all that, it really throws you off.
Well, yeah, because sometimes just that hitters, especially big league hitters, as you advance through the ranks, they train their eye to pick up little things, little tells on balls that tell them whether it's in the split second, they're going to have to decide whether it's a fastball, whether it's a breaking pitch, and that blurred vision, if you will, or that line of sight being obstructed, that's the difference between them putting the ball 450 feet in the stands or striking out.
Yes. 100% agreed. I can't even follow up on that one because you covered all your bases there.
I feel but that was a good point. You said, 2-3 miles per hour makes all the difference in the world.
Now, you see that in the major leagues all the time. I think a really good example is a man that just returned for the Yankees, Aroldis Chapman.
Yeah.
Or you see exactly what he does, and after this pitch, we'll break it down here. His off-speed stuff comes in at about 88, 90 miles an hour, so these guys are already seeing the seams, having a hard time picking up the seams off the breaking stuff. Then he throws a fastball at about 100 to 104 miles an hour. The ball is literally a white blur that you can't see. If you ever have faced 100 miles an hour in your life, you cannot see it.
Well, thank goodness I haven't. I've just seen it on TV. But, yeah, Aroldis Chapman burns it through there with the best of them. But another power pitcher that's struggling is Justin Verlander. And he's a guy that you've seen lost some velocity off his fastball. And once he did, all his secondary pitches suffered. And now he's a he's a middle-of-the-rotation guy. He's probably about a 3-star.
Absolutely. I think he needs to realize he needs to settle in a number 2 role at some point. Jordan Zimmerman now there from the Washington Nationals. He is the clear number 1. And Verlander, he pitched so many innings for about 10 years, from about 2006 to 2015, and this year 16. They had him going 250 plus a year.
Well, I'll tell you where I think Justin Verlander can reinvent himself after this pitch here. And that pitch is swung on for strike 3.
And real quick, before I go back to Verlander, that's the fastball we're talking about. Yeah. You're coming in a bunch of off-speed and then the 88 right past you there.
And Austin Gertson steps up to the plate.
3rd time tonight.
But like I was saying, I think Verlander can reinvent himself much the way John Smoltz did after he lost a little bit as a starter. He went into the bullpen and became an elite closer. I think Justin Verlander has the mental makeup to be a ninth-inning guy, a go-to guy that can produce 30, 35 saves if he's willing to allow his ego to take the hit.
That is the greatest point I've heard about baseball in a while. I haven't heard a lot of new ideas for players that are struggling. That is one that I have yet to even cross my mind, and that is a great idea. There's very few pitchers that can make that transition. Yeah. But when they do, it is very good, and it benefits the team. A guy like Verlander, he has the stuff to be a closer, and I think he has the mental makeup. Definitely. It's a matter of the selfishness. And if you're, you got the big-time girlfriend, the big contract, are you willing to take that?
Yeah, you got to put your ego aside and do what's best for the team. I think Justin Verlander could easily be an elite closer if he wanted to.
He could be the best in the game with his stuff.
Turn himself into that, And for one inning, when you can go out there like Verlander, blow it out, throw that heat, do what you need to do to get those 3 outs, I think he'd be tremendous.
And he could possibly, by making that move, I know at a certain age your fastball only goes down, but it could at least stay on par with what it is now instead of taking another 1 or 2 miles an hour off by having him as a starter. Increase those innings, keep that fastball sharp, and the breaking ball is going to be the breaking ball.
Yeah, and when you only got to get 3 outs, I mean, you can literally let it rip here. You can throw that heater as hard and as tough as you want for 1 inning. Like I said, blow it out, do what you need to do. I think Verlander can reinvent himself and become an elite closer in baseball if the ego will allow him to.
Yes.
Next pitch to Gertson is foul.
It's amazing sitting here talking about Justin Verlander and all the teams he was on that somehow, I got to repeat, somehow didn't win a World Series.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember the team, and they had Jeremy Bonderman, Justin Verlander. They had Max Scherzer. I mean, they had everybody. The best offense in baseball, bar none. Yeah. It still arguably is. I mean, Nick Castellanos is leading the league in average right now.
Yeah, I mean, Justin Upton hasn't even woke up. His bat hasn't even started to get hot yet. J.D. Martinez is another power hitter that I am absolutely in love with.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's a great hitter.
He's good contact and power. I was surprised with J.D. Martinez how much power actually comes out of that bat.
And they got nice veterans like Ian Kinsler. They got nice pieces in that lineup.
And don't
They
be
really
surprised if you see a big-time trade deadline deal coming from Detroit either. A lot of big contracts that they could get off the books as well if they stay the course they're on, which I don't see any way of them getting out of it.
Anibal Sanchez could be a guy gone, that they can get off the books
that's
immediately.
That's some good stuff.
No, I think they can still get something in return, though, trade value-wise.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And
backwards K there for Gertzen.
Anibal Sanchez.
He gets caught looking, and like I said, Beard is throwing a heck of a game here.
He is.
I want to just stop and give some credit to Ryan Beard. He's allowed no hits, 3 walks, 6 Ks. And, like I said, the guy, he's tossing a no-hitter, pitching the game of his life here when his team has to have it. You got to love Ryan Beard, just the mental makeup of a guy to go out here, take the ball, and say, you know what, guys, get on my back. I'm going to do what I can to pitch us to victory here, get us to the finish line. He has to be absolutely adored by all his teammates and the effort he's putting forth tonight.
They say the test of a man is not when things are going good, but when they're going bad. Well,
exactly.
Hey, he's quite the man here.
Like I said, I was impressed with the stuff he was showing in the series against us, even though we were able to get to him.
Yeah, you can see that little like peak in a way of, oh wow, he has that stuff. Even though we like the College of Southern Nevada has a great lineup, you could still see he had great stuff.
Yeah, and with College of Southern Nevada, you're talking about a lineup that featured 7 batters of their regular position players batting over 300, and the top hitting team in the entire conference, the entire Scenic West. And as a team here, I want to get the number completely right here because it was absolutely something to see. Yeah. CSN as a team, they were batting. See here, I want to get this right. 330 and slugging 506. Okay, so this CSN team, this was an anomaly. Yeah, absolutely. And for a season, that's insane. Over 49, 50 games, that's a heck of a sample size. Their on-base percentage was .434. They led the conference in home runs with 49.
They dominated.
Yeah, 8 of their 9 everyday position players hit 300 or better during the regular season. Drew Newsom finished second in the Scenic West Athletic Conference to Mitch Berryhill in batting average. Drew Newsom batting .383, Mitch Berryhill batting .422. Wow. Those are some numbers, huh?
422.
422.
And Drew was great this year. I can't imagine seeing 422.
Man, Drew was so clutch this year. Brody also in the 370s. We had 3 or 4 guys that were consistently, and for a power hitter, Brody Westmoreland, his ability to make contact is mind-boggling.
That was a great throw. Oh, my goodness.
Wow, and I thought Schmidt had him, and he thought he did too. What a throw by Cody Schmidt.
The pitcher really upset.
This is where replay, sorry to interrupt you, Carmen, at the junior college level, you don't like to see it. It bogs down. That was a close play.
Yeah.
You would think if you had a challenge and you might challenge that particular play right there.
In the junior college level, all you could do is get the umpires to
confirm or talk about it. Yeah.
It would be the old school way, and if the umpire at second base says he has the call, he has the call.
But that bang play, man, that was close. Great job by Schmidt to come up firing. And that ball is grounded to third base, and instead of going the long way, he's going to tag the runner. We think he is,
really
and he does. Yeah, he kind of gave him a little shove here. No harm, no foul, as we complete the top half of the fifth
still
inning.
Looking over there, chirping back and forth.
Yeah, USU Eastern. Yeah, well, like you said, just some guys playing some baseball here as we head to the bottom half of the fifth inning. Let's talk about what's really happening here. Beard has 6 strikeouts and a no-hitter as we head to the bottom half of the fifth inning here with the Golden Eagles leading the regular Eagles 1-0 here on the Coyote Sports Network. And welcome back into the broadcast, folks. Bottom half of the fifth inning as this game is breezing by.
It is.
Here at Moore Stadium, final game of the day. Third game of Region 18 action. Game 1 saw Salt Lake City defeat these USU Eastern Eagles 12-4. Game 2 was a barn burner that went right down to the bottom of the ninth inning where the Colorado Northwestern Spartans and Tanner Neese-Lanik hit a walk-off single to shock CSI 7-6, and now here we are, CSI battling USU Eastern for an opportunity to continue in this tournament here and have some life, albeit through the losers bracket. Sometimes you can come all the way through the losers bracket to win a tournament, though, Carmen. So, all you want to do is live to fight another day, and both these teams are showing that kind of spirit and effort here, fighting for everything they got out there.
Western Nevada, I believe it was, in 2013 came through the losers bracket and won the tournament.
Did they?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so it's very recent history. Last year, of course, our Coyotes were pushed to the final game against Salt Lake as they wrapped it up on a Saturday.
What an exciting
that was fun,
exciting
wasn't
day
it?
that was. Oh, man.
Well, that picture will live in infamy, especially for you, Carmen, as you're with the team celebrating here and get a nice snapshot in time, a nice moment in time here for that Coyotes team. What a fun team last year's group was.
I'll never forget that.
Man, I'm super excited to see what this year's group can do here, what they can finish off.
Yeah.
Nick Garitano, Coach Garitano told us the goal is 2 more bus rides, one to Colorado and another one back home, then another one to Grand Junction, Colorado. But before we get ahead of ourselves here, let's just finish out the Region 18 tournament and some amazing scenic West Athletic Conference baseball. Have we not seen that?
It's been great as far as I've been here.
Wow, this conference is so underrated. I just don't think it gets the appreciation from top to bottom that it deserves. There's a ton of quality baseball players here in this conference, Carmen.
Yeah, and you see more in the major leagues, good major league players coming through the NJCAA ranks. You had Bryce Harper, and I believe it was Tommy Hansen at the time, were Rookie of the Years back in a row, both from NJCAA schools. So it's a big deal. Boy, what kind of bunt at the time?
Oh, my goodness.
He went up for the bunt.
He
never do that. He never go up for the bunt.
No, he climbed the ladder for the bunt. You're right, and that's the cardinal rule here. You bunt the ball down. You never try to go up because all you're going to do is pop that up.
My reasoning for never going up to the bunt was I wore one off the cheek one time, and that taught me the lesson. Stay down on the bunt.
Well, I'm a firm believer that every hitter should wear the Giancarlo Stanton type face protection here. I mean, I don't even think it should be optional at this stage of Major League Baseball. We're in 2016. It kills me. Sometimes it's like the hockey visors where it's like, just for the safety of the players, I believe every batting helmet, it should be incorporated.
A full cage is what they should have for total protection of your face, not just a sidebar, not an ear flap, a whole thing that covers your face. I mean, hockey players, they have the visor, but a stick can get under there, a puck can get under there. You get the whole guard like Sidney Crosby had.
Well, we saw a very unfortunate situation this season up at Western Nevada when Mason Abrath took a ball off the bat, hit him in the face.
Yeah.
And he was out. He was actually transported to the hospital. Thank goodness, Mason, was healthy, made a good recovery. But those are the scary moments when things like that happen where it kind of puts everything in perspective.
And the reason that things don't change is all because of this macho ego kind of thing. And you know how I know? Is because when I went to play baseball in high school, I'll tell you after this pitch here.
And swing and a miss there.
I always wanted to
Excellent stuff.
That was a beautiful pitch. I always wanted to get a full cage. And I remember asking my dad when I was a little kid, I said, how about a full cage? For a mass. I said, I'd like to try that. And he said, that's what girls do in softball. And that's the look that it does get, regardless of what you want to think of it. That's the look that a lot of guys get, and they'll get looked at as kind of like the wimp on the team if they do it. But somebody needs to change the game up and go out and do it. A big star in the game does it, then everybody will do it. Say Bryce Harper wears a full cage, everybody will be wearing a full cage.
Next pitch here from Sanders taken for a ball. Yeah, to your point, like you said, you see Stanton wearing it. You see Jason Hayward with the extension on the batting helmet. But, it's too few and far between. Like I said, it needs to come to the point where even the Major League Baseball Players Association, they just got to come down. They got to buckle down on it, figure out something that works for everybody, and just implement it. Turn it into a rule.
And my thing is, you're an owner of a professional team. That is your investment. The players are your investment. So if that's the case, don't you want to protect them as much as possible? And Yeah, I get you don't get to see their pretty little faces as much on camera, but there's plenty of time for that off camera with all the public.
Well, yeah, and at the end of the day,
do.
every single player, needs to know that it's for their safety. You know what I mean? It's not a style thing. It's not a look thing. It's not anything against any players. It's for player safety. That's the number one top priority. It always should be. And when that comes into play, an argument should fall on deaf ears as far as trying to go against it.
Somebody's going to have to sue Major League Baseball just like they did the NFL and hockey for concussion-related issues, too, getting hit in the head. And there'll be a player that's been hit more than once. I know a few that I can name right offhand. I remember Matt Clement was a really good pitcher back in the mid-2000s. Boston Red Sox and Tampa Bay Ray. Good pitcher that took a few balls off the head and never got to pitch again. Same with the guy pitched for the St. Louis Cardinals. I don't want to say it's Chris Carpenter. When the name comes back to me, I will give it to you guys. But he took a couple balls off the head as well and never played again. You'll get a group of guys like that, like the NFL and the NHL did, that'll come back at him one day.
Yeah, very unfortunate. Even a former Oakland Athletic, Eric Burns, had his career cut short due to concussion,
what a good
related things, and like you said, head injuries. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Head force trauma.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the kind of things that, like you said, those players they go by the wayside a little bit. But yeah, it's always it's always difficult remembering and thinking about how good they could have been and the potential they had when their career was cut short.
That strikeout.
Oh, my goodness. Sanders
good
is
call.
locating that ball.
Yeah, players are trying to show up the umpire by taking
Yeah.
first. That's not going to work tonight. That outside corner they've been living on. And
when Sanders is owning that part. I mean, he now back-to-back strikeouts here.
Yeah.
As we head back to the top of the inning, and he's really made light work of the 8 and 9 hitters with 2 strikeouts of Cody Schmidt and Jake Boyd. So he has really owned the bottom part of the lineup here. And again, we want to give Beard a lot of credit, but let's not take anything away from Sanders. He's throwing those breaking pitches for strikes. There it is again. Beautiful breaking pitch. Hitting the outside corner on Cole Walters, and he is matching his counterpart, Beard, pitch for pitch. Literally, I mean, this game
really good.
What a great game.
Isn't it? It is a great game to be a part of.
Well, this is the most well-pitched game of the day.
This is what I said at the beginning of the broadcast. I wanted to see a really good baseball game.
Yeah.
I got it.
You got it, Carmen. You called it. And this, like I said, it's so funny that the 5 and 6 seeds playing in a do-or-die elimination game would provide us with the best pitching output here of the day.
Yeah, we were not expecting that, especially reading the
Sanders,
stats to start off the
man,
ballgame.
Sanders and Beard, they are dialed in. And Sanders looking to keep that runner at second base and keep his Eagles right in the game here, only down a run if he can make a nice pitch here.
Boy, just missed that one. Good thing it was left too high to do anything with. He barreled that ball up.
Yep.
Took it the other way, foul.
Too high. Should be
0-2 now.
Remain 0-2 here. Bottom half of the 5th inning here from Moore Stadium. Thanks for joining us for the broadcast. We tried to pull that back.
Outside.
Nice pitch, though. A nice idea.
Yeah, just missed the outside corner. Tried to paint again, and, hey, keep going wide.
You got an opportunity to a couple waste pitches here, ahead 0-2. So see if you can get him to fish for something out of the zone. If not, you're still in control of the at-bat at 1-2.
If you look, I was just looking at some of the pictures of the Southern Idaho players online. Kind of look like the Pittsburgh Pirates from afar with the white jerseys and the yellow hats.
Pittsburgh Pirates, indeed. It's a good look here. Of course, CSI looking a lot like the Chicago White Sox.
Yeah, on the field. That's why they base their uniform concept and logo off.
Yeah.
When I first saw the SIs in the park the last couple years, I always think it's the White Sox, and then all of a sudden it's Southern Idaho. This year you may see a few more Sox shirts and caps.
Good-looking jersey combos. Oh, yeah, White Sox. Like I said, what an addition Todd Frazier was. I mean, they made some great off-season moves.
It's not the deepest team. When they're fully healthy, they're very good. If you know the team well enough, i.e. me, you worry about the depth because depth is a concern. But, hey, that's part of the season. You hope for the best for the health, hope the guys can play well and stay healthy because if this White Sox team stays healthy the way the American League is looking, they can hang with some of the teams there. There's no real stand. I mean, the Red Sox are getting hot right now, but
they definitely win the Central.
The Royals have really taken a dive.
Yeah, they really have.
They're doing this year what you thought they would do the second half of last
Yeah.
year, where the hitting wasn't going to show up. The
Yep.
bullpen was a lot weaker than it was strong.
Yeah.
And you called it seemed like a half season too early, James. You
Yeah.
saw the wheels falling off. And
Yep, they didn't fall off quite at the
well, they lost
tail
Moustakas
end.
now too. I mean,
Yeah.
once you lose Moose, and I don't know if Hosmer's 100% healthy on the team.
Well, and you're also losing guys like Ryan Madsen, who's now closing games for the Athletics here.
Yeah.
I mean, you keep losing key pieces to the bullpen here. You can only keep so much together.
Small ballers never won money ballers never won a World Series.
Right.
You have to sign good guys.
And Wade Davis, you got to get a bridge to that guy. I mean, he's an elite closer for sure, but if you can't get to him with a lead and get him the ball, what good is he?
It's like the Yankees right now. Maybe the best bullpen, best back end we've ever seen. But they don't have a starter to get it to the back end. I mean, you got Luis Severino. You have, what's his name from
Michael
the Mariners?
Pineda.
Oh, what a joke.
I mean, and not only that, you have one of the most futile offenses in baseball right now, and if you can't score runs for that back end of the bullpen, they can't preserve leads that they don't have.
If you rely on Alex Rodriguez.
And what a pitch there to strike out the batters from strand another runner on second base here, and tip of the cap to Trevor Sanders. I mean, this kid is dealing. That's 3 straight strikeouts to end the inning, Carmen. As we head to the top half of the 6th here on the Coyote Sports Network, CSI leads USU Eastern 1-0. And top half of the 6th inning here from Moore Stadium. Pitchers duel 1-0 here as Austin Pitcher steps in to face Beard. Ryan Beard here has pitched a no-hitter up until this point. So as we enter the top of the 6th inning, Beard yet to give up a hit. Does have 3 walks, but we'll take that, especially when you're pitching an elimination game to keep your team back in it. Austin Pitcher back to the pitcher, Ryan Beard, and he fires over 1-3 to retire the USU Eastern first baseman.
Can't get much more casual than that. Looked like the ball was going to bounce over his head. Just casually handled the baseball and routine throw over to first base.
He had it the entire way. It's going to bring up Mitch Kay, third baseman. 5-3 his first at bat and flat out to right field in his second at bat. Swings over the top of this pitch for strike 1. Ryan Beard. So with his 6 Ks, he's out pitching Trevor Sanders. Trevor Sanders has 8 Ks on the day, but Sanders was touched up for 1 run. And that's the only scoring of the game here.
1 run means a lot right now.
Well, starting pitchers between the two of them have 14 strikeouts.
What was that? Is that a strike ball?
So, I mean, do the math on there. Sanders with 8, Beard with 6. Beard right now getting the better of his counterpart here.
Yeah.
The 1-0 lead, but that can change at a moment's notice, as we all know.
Ooh.
Next pitch from Beard is taken in there for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 away here in the top half of the 6th inning. Game breezing by here at Moore Stadium. But a 1-0 lead is anything but safe. The way these two pitchers are dealing, though, that might be all it takes.
Been a great pitching duel all night. It's at 96 pitches, I believe, is the total. Rung him up on strike 3.
And strikeout number 7 on pitch 98 there from Ryan Beard. Unbelievable stuff here from the CSI lefty. I mean, he is really, really bringing it here. Very impressive stuff. Strikeout of Mitch K, and that's going to bring up the designated hitter, Bennett Bradford, who was a strikeout victim as well. His first plate appearance against Mr. Beard. And Beard throwing that pitch just off the outside corner here, but he's locating that fantastic. Ryan Beard looking to get back in the inning here. Pitch on the inside part of the corner for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 away here in the inning. Breaking pitch doesn't break over the plate here, and that's going to bring the count to 2 balls and 1 strike.
Let's see what he can do here on 2-1. One of the very few counts he's been behind it.
Ooh. And hits the corner for a called strike 2. And we're out here. We'd like to thank all our fans for joining us out here for day 1 of the Region 18 tournament. Like I said, game number 3. We've had a fantastic turnout here. Expect even a little better crowd tomorrow as Western Nevada and our CSN Coyotes take the field for their first games of this tournament here.
Back at it again.
Hopefully all our Coyote fans can come out and support our team in person here. It's the last chance to see this team here at home at Moore Stadium. One of the best teams in junior college. Hopefully going to make a run to Grand Junction.
We all hope so.
Come out and show your love and support for this great Coyotes team. As Beard loses...
Yeah,
Bradford, a rare walk there. Like I said, it took me a minute. Well, it's his 4th of the game.
Mm-hmm. You got to wonder when they will pull him. He is over 100 pitches now.
He is over 100 pitches, but he still looks in control here. The guy has a no-no. I mean, you like to at least let him deal with Ridge Nielsen here, see if he can get the USU Eastern second baseman out for sure. But like I said, Beard here deserves a standing ovation for his effort out on the mound, even if he is pulled after this 6th inning. Next pitch is taken high and outside for a ball.
Here comes his manager right now.
Ridge Nielsen has a walk, a stolen base, and a single.
We'll see what they decide to do here, if they let him pitch out of the inning or if they do take him out.
I think Boomer Walker might just be out there to have a conversation. I don't see any arms getting loose in the CSI bullpen. So this may be just Walker with some words of encouragement for his starter, Ryan Beard, who is
making sure he's okay as well.
Fantastic.
He is over 100 pitches. You have to check on your pitcher when he hits that century mark. Something could tail off sometimes, especially when you're at 100 pitches. Your arm feels every minute of it, not to mention, depending on how many warm-up pitches he has, he's at like 110, 115 on the arm by now, depending on how he warms up before a game.
Yep. And not only that, like you said, high-stress pitches. Those are the things now that people are tracking. Pitches made with runners in scoring position, pitches made with runners in scoring opportunities. They call those high-stress pitches. They say those count 1.25 to almost 1.5 times the normal amount of a pitch without a runner on base. So It's interesting, those advanced analytics. You know, there's nothing set in stone on those, but those seam heads, as they call them here, those baseball fans that go a little more in-depth on the stats here, really break that down. And like I said, it's an interesting concept for sure.
I like that nickname, a seam head.
And the 1-0 is cut on and missed here. Looks like Beard still has
something in the tank.
Something going
Nobody
here.
warming up in the Southern Idaho bullpen.
So Boomer Walker must have liked what he heard from Beard.
Rolling the dice, man. He's in the perfect place to do it.
Definitely is here. And like I said, when your starter hasn't allowed a hit, why not ride him till the wheels fall off? I mean, obviously that's, theoretically. We don't want anyone to get hurt or throw their arm out. But like I said, we do understand when a pitcher is dealing, so to speak, here, and that's definitely the case with Beard here.
Yeah, fastball's lost about a mile or two on it. You can see that one topped out at about 85. He was hitting 88 to start out this ball game. Oh, we almost got him at first.
Ooh, we caught him leaning almost.
Yes.
Just not enough, but yeah,
dangerously leaning.
Yeah, solid pickoff move there by Beard, which you expect from a lefty, so it's definitely got the ability to fire that ball over there. The 1-2 pitch, 2 away in the inning. And that's skied on the infield here. Looks like the right fielder's going to call him off. Makes the catch here for the final out of the top half of the 6th. As we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Still 1-0 CSI as Ryan Beard has a no-hitter going, so we'll head to the bottom half of the sixth. CSI leads USU Eastern 1-0 here on the Coyote Sports Network. And welcome into the bottom half of the sixth inning, folks. USU Eastern and Southern Idaho locked in a pitcher's duel. 1-0 CSI. Due up for the College of Southern Idaho Golden Eagles is going to be Jackson Coons, third baseman, followed by center fielder Quentin Marcelin and designated hitter Mason Hayes.
Strike one.
First pitch is on the outside corner for a called strike. And like I said, Trevor Sanders is absolutely bringing it here. 6 hits, 1 earned run, 8 strikeouts.
5 full innings pitched, starting his 6th inning of work
for
now.
The USU Eastern righty. He is doing his part to keep his team right in this game here. As this is going to come down to the wire again. We saw a walk-off win in Game 2 with the Colorado Northwestern Spartans. Shocking CSI, but CSI has really rebounded well. They've gotten their heads right back in the game here, and with the assistance of starting pitcher Ryan Beard, hope to right the ship and continue the 2016 season here.
Yeah, just staying alive. That's all they're doing.
Yep, absolutely right.
Good take. They got to get some more runs to back up their pitcher with a terrific game. They do have somebody going to the bullpen now. Get a number. Looks like that is number 27. Alec West Gillian it is?
Is that West Guillen?
West Guillen, excuse me.
Funny. Emptying the chamber here is Boomer Walker. As West Guillen was a starter in the second game. He only went 2 innings, though, before he got touched up. So
maybe not.
Oh, maybe it was just West Guillen walking through, making a cameo through the bullpen.
I mean, we just got to call out any name we see because we're expecting somebody to get warmed in that bullpen.
And Sanders here throws that next pitch wide for ball 4.
Nice leadoff walk to start out.
As Jackson Coons walks over to first base, and this could be the opportunity CSI has been looking for. Quality pitches to hit off Trevor Sanders have been few and far between. So righty has been dealing, but right now, with the leadoff runner on first and the 3, 4, 5 hitters in your lineup, this is where you want to give Ryan Beard some run support here and attach a run or two to this 1-0 lead. First pitch cut on and missed.
He tried to keep the hands
Marcelin.
back.
Yeah, he
69 miles an hour.
There was no chance there as he was fooled by that. He was looking for the heat. Ended up getting breaking pitch here. No balls and 1 strike. And next pitch here to Marcelin from Sanders on the way. And it's lifted into left center field here. Should be an easy play for Austin Gertzen. He's under it.
He almost misread that baseball again.
Gloves it here, showing you his arm as he fires that on a line to second base. F8 in your books to retire Marcelin. That's going to bring up the designated hitter, number 18, Mason Hayes.
84 pitches on the night as well.
Mason Hayes has a couple singles, which is no surprise. But what is a surprise is that stolen base he had.
Yeah, I'm not knowing Hayes for the wheels, but tonight they are showing up.
Took off, showed some wheels, slid into second safely here for Mason. The stolen base, and he's looking to do some bigger damage here. In the game against the Spartans here, Carmen, before you got here, Mason Hayes hit a shot Looked like it could have gotten out, got over the right fielder's head almost to the warning track, but he almost got all of it, almost bounced off that green spun media group sign.
Wow.
Out in right field. So Mason Hayes did put a charge into one here.
To the deep part of right field.
Absolutely. He did not. Oh,
that hit him.
Did that hit him?
Oh, it looked like it scraped his jersey, but he says no.
Wow. Well, it looks like it somehow missed him.
Yeah.
Which seemed almost impossible at the angle that ball was coming in on Mason Hayes. But 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner on first. Bottom of the 6th inning here, from Morse Stadium.
Fouled off. Good swing there. 84 miles an hour. Taking a good cut. Good at bat here. So we get that runner around from first.
1 ball, 2 strike count on Hayes. Hayes will be followed by first baseman Blake Sanchez here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Sanders comes set to deliver, and again, just
almost
misses Grazy Mason Hayes there as that ball gets in on him. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. Runner on first base.
It's a 2 ball, 2 strike count now with 1 down. See if that runner takes off here. Takes a nice lead at first base. Little step. Ooh, man.
And the 2-2 to Hayes.
He thought about it, the runner at first base, but decided to hold.
Well, at some point here, Carmen, Boomer Walker, coach for CSI, I mean, he's got a 1-0 lead here. You might want to roll the dice. I mean, you might want to take a chance here. You got your runner taking a nice lead. He's getting a good secondary lead. I mean, just send him. See what happens. And that ball. Balk?
Mark that a balk, yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be a balk here for Trevor Sanders. Now, this is an interesting pitch now coming up.
Yeah.
With Hayes swinging and the balk.
Yeah, you got a guy in scoring position now. Gives you a little insurance as well if you can get that guy in.
Well, it'd be courageous to call hit and run right here.
Yeah.
Hayes has been making some decent contact.
Yeah, he's a really good at bat.
Yeah.
Showed a little bit of.
I mean, like I said, sometimes to score a run, you got to press the issue. Oh,
no
excellent snag by Austin Pitcher. Unfortunately, he's not able to dive back to the bag as Mason Hayes beats it out. But what a play by Austin Pitcher. And that, saved a run. Let's be honest here.
Yeah, it did.
That
it really
ball
did.
not getting to the lip of the outfield grass or to the right fielder
easily
saved a run here. And like I said, right now Sanders is with 1 out. He's got a potential double play situation still in order. So
yeah, you got runners on the corner.
Excellent job there by Austin Pitcher to literally, like I said, save a run. There's no other way to put it there.
Yeah, now you have the chance to potentially turn 2 runners on the corner.
And what a shot in the arm that would be if Sanders is able to throw a ground ball. His defense is able to turn 2 for him, get him back in the dugout here. I mean, that's the kind of lift that sometimes can carry a team all the way to victory.
Yeah, and you can get the offense sparked and really start getting some things going on the offensive side of the ball, too.
Oh, yeah, one of those things where you just ignite the dugout. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You throw a ground ball, they turn 2 here, they strand the runner at third. I mean, that's something that fires everybody up here. And Trevor Sanders looking for a ground ball here in the worst way.
Trying too hard there as the ball is in the dirt. First 1 ball and no strike.
First pitch to Sanchez. And credit Mason Hayes for hustling up the line the whole way. Mason could have dogged it. I mean, it was a ground ball here. You didn't know that was going to be even a close play. And then once Austin Pitcher grabbed it, he made an all-out effort to dive to first base. But Mason Hayes running hard the whole way beat that out.
See if May steals a base. He's thinking about it, but didn't. Just bluffed it a little bit.
Well, I guarantee that
Hayes added speed to his game this year. He really worked on the speed aspect of his game, trying to be a real threat on the base paths for his Golden Eagles.
Yeah, which he seems like he can be. Like I said, he swiped that base in the, I believe, 2nd inning without even a throw, a late throw. So there was nothing there that was going to deter him from stealing. And he takes off for second. There goes Hayes. No. They do throw through.
Yeah. Hey,
wow.
You know what?
Okay, but the second baseman at least did the smart thing. Cut it off here, knew he wasn't going to get the runner, and was ready to fire home here. I think they were almost trying to maybe trap CSI, see if they can get him to send the runner from third. Mason Hayes gets his 2nd stolen base of the evening. And just like that, CSI has runners on 2nd and 3rd with only 1 away. 1-2 count on Blake Sanchez. And Sanchez fouls that off here as he's desperately looking to put one in the outfield and at least get his Golden Eagles a second run here.
A sacrifice.
Yeah,
Anything,
absolutely.
Yeah,
Well, it's what that's one of those things we talk about. It's kind of an unsung thing at this level, especially in the professional level. A productive out, manufacturing a run with not necessarily needing a base hit. Ground ball to the other side, fly ball to the outfield, and that's not going to get it done. Nice job by the shortstop as he looks the runner back at third, fires over to first in time, 6-3. Heck of a play. And Sanchez did get good wood on that ball. Unfortunately, it went right to the USU Eastern shortstop, Corey McKendrick, who made a fantastic play, looked the runner back to third just like you're supposed to do. And looky, Trevor Sanders here looking to wiggle off the hook, so to speak here. If he can get one more out, strand runners at second and third. And like I said, just imagine how fired. Oh, and as I say that, Sanders fires one over the glove of the catcher. And when you say the air just went out of the balloon, Carmen, that's exactly what you mean there.
Yeah.
Wow, they were really, really building up to something huge there if they were able to get in the dugout. But unfortunately, CSI is able to plate their second run. And what a huge run that is. I mean, if you think about it, 1-0 game, that's anybody's ball game. Anytime you're going to be right in there, only needing or being a run down. Now this 2-run lead with the way Beard has pitched, if he even does come out for another inning. The mountain's getting taller to climb for USU Eastern. Like I said, it went from a little mountain of dirt in your backyard. It's starting to build up to Kilimanjaro here, as they are really, really up against it as they come to bat. They have 9 outs.
Yeah.
You got to start counting the outs. Now you got to start counting the numbers. Coach Garitano and I were talking. He said, it's just natural when players are behind. They know 6 outs, 9 outs. Just in their mind, they're going to start pressing a little bit. They're going to start trying to do a little extra in the batter's box instead of letting the game come to them. And that's when you see swings and misses. That's when you see opportunities gone awry. Sanders does strike out the next batter here, his 9th strikeout of the game. Strands runners on third, but damage done here as CSI is able to play the crucial second run as we head to the top of the 7th inning. Golden Eagles lead USU Eastern 2-0 here on the Coyote Sports Network. And welcome back to the broadcast, folks. Top of the 7th inning here from Moore Stadium. Corey McKendrick leading off here for USU Eastern. McKendrick will be followed by Trevor Klingman and Brandon Eyring here. 7, 8, 9 batters duo for USU Eastern in the top half of the 7th. And like sand through the hourglass, Carmen, time is running out on the Eagles here as they hope to solve the puzzle that is Ryan Beard. And he's not making it easy. Ground ball to short. Ooh, slick play almost here. Hey. Definitely an E6 there. That was almost too casual on the approach to the ball as he backhanded it perfectly. Jake Boyd unable to complete the transition from his glove, not even making a throw over there. And just like that, McKendrick is on E6.
Yeah, that's a way to really get an inning going as well. You get a little break.
Oh,
like that,
yeah.
Get your offense some momentum, and the Eagles are definitely looking for some momentum right now.
100%, especially when you're going up against a pitcher you haven't solved. You haven't even gotten a clean hit off this guy. So, you as a batter, you start coming into the batter's box with a shaded doubt in your mind.
Defeated attitude.
Coming up saying, I can't hit this guy. This guy's throwing perfect things. It's just that little opening, leaving the door open just a smidge to see some light come through where you can charge right through it. So USU Eastern here, if there ever was a time for them to mount a rally off a play, this would be it.
Now. Yeah, they got to put it together here. I mean, it's first leadoff man.
Yeah, and Ryan Beard here looking to pick up his defense, as pitchers sometimes have to do. Runners going.
Dangerous.
Schmidt fires down in a dangerous throw, like you said.
Slide. He's almost slid through the second base.
He almost did, but that wasn't a really good throw at all.
No, it wasn't.
Either, as it took the second baseman way, way, way off the bag here. Like I said, he had to just make sure, get in a defensive position, catch that ball, make sure he didn't ricochet off his glove and allow the runner to take an extra base.
Great point, James.
No balls and 2 strikes here as Ryan Beard is looking for a put-away pitch in the worst way against Klingman. There it is. Wow, you asked for it and you shall receive it. Strikeout number 8 for the lefty Ryan Beard, and he needed that in the worst way.
He did with that runner in scoring position, the tying run at the plate. Got the first out, now 2 more for him to see if he can fully put it together.
Well, he just bared down in that against that batter. It's almost like Trevor Klingman had no chance. Beard made his pitches. He did what he wanted to do, and even though the base was stolen, he said, "I'm going to get the out at the plate," and that's exactly what he did. Great pitching by Beard. My goodness.
Yeah,
he's hitting the corner.
All night still painting it
was
the first inning.
Still painting.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It look like it's the first
inning. Like you said, he may have lost a couple miles off his fastball, but what he's lost off his fastball, he's making up for in control and his breaking pitch out there. He's hitting that outside corner all day. The glove's hardly moving from Schmidt back there. There it is again. Same position on the outside corner. I mean, Ryan Beard is pounding that outside part of the zone.
It's funny with 8 strikeouts, I would say he pitches to contact, but leaving the outside corner, putting the ball off the outside corner can be dangerous too. Guys trying to jump out over the plate, and that's when you come back with inside stuff. But he does have 8 strikeouts.
Yeah, he does.
On the nights, he's really doing an impressive job working both.
And like I said, for a guy that's not necessarily a strikeout pitcher, well, he does. No, I'm not going to say that now because he does have 75 on the season, and that is pacing the team. So I want to be fair here. That's strikeout number 9. But we saw some great performances from pitchers in last year's Region 18 tournament, i.e. Nate Bennett.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about a guy who saved our season, CSN, here and helped us win the Region 18 tournament. Nate Bennett now pitching for the Point Loma Sea Lions.
Yeah, got him. Yeah.
But you have to love when pitchers come out and give you the performance of their life in the biggest spots here, and that's exactly what this young man Ryan Beard is doing here. I mean, tip of the cap to Ryan Beard. My goodness.
Oh, yeah.
This is one of the best pitched games I've seen all season.
Without a doubt. No joke.
And I mean, we've seen some fantastic efforts out of A.J. Jones, Mikey York, Gabe Gonzalez. I mean, we've seen some great pitching.
This is up there with any of the
best.
This
is up there. Like I said, legends are made in this tournament, Carmen. Yeah. Of course, we've seen offensively. We talked about Nate Bennett. We've seen Kenny Mimersdorf have himself a Region 18 tournament for the ages.
Oh, yeah, a couple home runs last year.
Oh, my goodness.
Late, a guy who didn't hit a lot of home runs in the regular season.
Well,
but that's what the playoffs are about, the right man getting hot.
Yep, absolutely. Legends are born, heroes are made in crunch time here. You know, it's that old adage, iron sharpens iron. Yeah. You know, when the chips are down, when everything means it, that's when the cream rises to the top. That's when the best become great. And, if you're a great player and that's what you do, you live for these particular kind of moments. Seems like Ryan Beard is living for this moment here this evening.
Yeah, if I was one of these players, I don't even know if I could sleep the night before with all the excitement, knowing it's the playoffs and you got a lot on the line here. I mean,
there's no way.
Yeah, you get the jitters. I think some guys react to pressure better than others. And like you said, Nate Bennett last year, I think all those butterflies really helped him out in the long run, as opposed to hurt some guys.
Nate Bennett came out. Like I said, that was the performance of a lifetime there.
Yeah, he bases loaded, nobody out, came in and wound up not only striking out the side, but I believe it was 8 in a row he got after that. Not known to be a strikeout pitcher. Comes in and
never was. Came in and just absolutely, like I said, just was filthy. I mean, some of the stuff he was throwing, the breaking, he just had everything working.
Oh, yeah.
Nate Bennett, like I said, that was a performance of a lifetime. But over at Point Loma, he has been.
They got him. Oh, no. They took themselves out of the inning with your best hitter. Oh, that baseball is going to be questioned.
Yes, it is.
At least as long as this night goes on. We're going to head to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Golden Eagles lead 2-0. Everybody stick around for more playoff baseball.
And welcome back to the broadcast here. Beautiful Moore Stadium in Henderson, Nevada. Just after stretching here, bottom of the 7th inning. Both starters have gone the entire way for both teams here. Trevor Sanders for the USU Eastern Eagles allowed 2 earned runs, 7 hits, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts, and of course Ryan Beard, the man of the hour for the CSI Golden Eagles.
I think this game's going to have a pretty exciting end to it with all the crazy things we've seen from the base running to the hitting to the fielding. I mean, everything. There's been a little bit of everything, and had a great, well-pitched game. And we'll see what the next 6 to 9 outs hold for each of these teams.
Absolutely. Well, exciting game. Like I said, it's pins and needles here. This has been elimination baseball at its finest here. Both of these teams have left it all out on the field, and all you have to do is just be in awe. And it's a privilege to watch a game like this, honestly, to watch 2 teams battle like this all the way through, 2 very evenly matched teams. Obviously here, both pitchers leaving it all out there on the field. That's exactly what you want to see, and that's what junior college baseball is at its finest here. When you get these opportunities, these matchups here, it doesn't get any better than this. Like you said, Carmen, postseason playoff baseball, it is what it is.
Yeah, it has its own aura to it, and you see, like I said, guys show up that normally don't show up as they do in a playoff game, like we're seeing Beard tonight. I mean, he's looked good, and he's led the team in strikeouts throughout the season, but he hasn't looked like this. I mean, yes, he looked good against us, but tonight, a no-hitter. He's looked great.
And that's the amazing thing about the sport of baseball, and that's, I think, why people love it so much. It's in basketball, you can force-feed LeBron James, you can force-feed Steph Curry, Kobe Bryant. They can take 40 shots. An individual can dictate a performance by how many shots they take and what they do in that sport. In baseball here, it's a collective team game.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't know if your 4-hitter is going to go 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts, if your best player is going to struggle, and you're going to need other parts of the lineup, other pieces of the team to pick up the slack here, and that's the great thing about baseball. Like I said, you can't rely on one specific individual. It's a collective effort, and you never know who the hero is going to be night in to night out.
You're always basically hitting for the guy behind you.
Yes.
As this pitch drops in.
Nice job there by Cody Garvin there. He'll take that.
I take it too. A little innocent fly ball drops in.
Anytime you get the leadoff batter on base, that's good work here for CSI, and that's going to be hit number 8 on the day for the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, lots of base hits.
Yeah, lots of base hits. Lots of runners left on base, though.
Yeah, too many to speak of.
I think we have a pinch hitter here, and that's going to be number 15.
That would
Cody Barkdale.
Yes, Cody.
I believe, and Cody Barkdale steps in here. Freshman from Salt Lake City, Utah. Man, doing a little bit of both, doing some catching and some pitching here from the right-hand side. Get you some stats on Barkdale here. On the season, he's batting .262. He's started 30 games, played in 36, scored 23 runs, 27 hits. Of the 27 hits, 3 of those are for extra bases.
Runner off.
24 ribs.
Why did he step on the bag?
Oh, and
he should have never stepped on the bag.
Yeah, I was going to say a nice heads-up job there to start the runner, but the shortstop overthrows him here, and that was, like you said, unnecessary to step on the bag because he had that beat by far. He was sliding in. He was already safe by the time that ball got in the shortstop's glove. So, I'm not sure why he even stepped on the bag. He should have just concentrated on fielding and firing a strike over to first.
Unless he was trying to go for runner interference. That's about the only thing I could think of.
Yeah.
And I mean,
could have been.
The runner hit you, but that's because you went straight to the bag where you were not supposed to go. 2 men on now.
No, Barkdale on base here, and that's going to bring up Jake Boyd. And the shortstop here, of course, looking to sacrifice with nobody out in the inning and runners on first and second. And this is a prime opportunity for CSI. If they can plate another run here, like I said, that lead starts to look insurmountable for USU Eastern.
Oh, yeah, especially with the bats being silenced all night long. All they need, even another run.
Oh, another run here is crucial, and a great job by Boyd to get that bunt down. And a lazy throw over to first almost cost him. Wow. Jake Boyd doing a great job hustling up the entire way, and that was a very lackadaisical throw, to say the least, over to first. I mean, he was tossing it, like he was playing catch in the backyard, and it almost cost him. And give Jake Boyd credit. I mean, he hustled the entire way here. Beautiful sacrifice, 1-3 on the putout. And that's going to take us back to the top of the order and Cole Walters.
Yeah, and I got 2 men in scoring position here with only 1 down. All you need to do is get a fly ball and get 1 in here. And
that's what we talk about. So we talk about, Carmen, situational baseball. This is exactly the opportunity, prime spot to provide a run without an out, but it's not going to be Trevor Sanders as his day is done, but this man deserves a standing ovation. Trevor scattered 8 hits, only 1 base on balls, 9 strikeouts, 2 earned runs. Fantastic job by the USU Eastern pitcher here when USU Eastern had to have it. I mean, Trevor came out and just absolutely left his heart and soul on the mound here, and anytime a pitcher gives you a performance like that, all you can do is applaud him, tip your cap, and say, you know what, Trevor Sanders, that's the kind of guy. Oh, and he's staying out there.
111 pitches, and they're going to keep him in.
All right. Well, hey, Trevor Sanders must have said something to his manager that his manager liked, because he walked out there, had a little quick conversation with Trevor. Trevor said, you know what, Coach, this is my game. I still feel like I can get this out, and that's what it's all about.
I mean, why not at the last game of the season?
Well, if you're Scott Madsen, you got to trust your starter out there. Like, everything he's seen from Sanders he's got to be just gleaming in the dugout, even though they're trailing 2-0. I mean, he has to be so proud of the effort his pitcher has put forth here, and he's going to let him roll with one more batter, and you can't disagree with that at all.
Put in a max effort.
Because the thing is if Sanders didn't pitch as well as he is, they wouldn't even be in this opportunity at this part of the game. So,
he's putting a max effort.
Scott Madsen, like I said, you got to reward your guys sometimes, and like I said, that's what you call a player's manager there, and his players got to love playing for a coach who's willing to let their guys stay out there and fight.
Be a little bit more flexible, and the manager says, no, you're done at this point, and that's it.
Definitely.
Whoa, good save. Oh, third baseman was very upset. The throw was not made down the third base.
One Sanders, I think, just trying to put a little extra on that pitch here, almost let it get away. 1-1 count, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the bottom half of the 7th inning, and CSI absolutely threatening here. If they can plate 1 or 2 runs in this inning, that may be the nail in the coffin, final nail in the coffin of the Eagles.
Oh, they caught it. Somebody's got to get the second. Somebody has got to get the second base. Wait, they didn't catch it? What happened?
So we're going
confused here. I don't know what happened.
A bunt single and an RBI. So we got the bunt single there.
Mad as all heck. I would be mad. It looked like he caught that baseball.
Got the bunt single and the RBI here. And that's going to plate run number 3 for CSI on hit number 9.
Wow.
CSI now leads USU Eastern 3-0. They do still have a runner standing on third base, now one on first base here with the RBI bunt single. That's how we're going to score that here. And CSI now with a real opportunity here, Carmen. Like I said, when you plate that 4th run, that could be the dagger here. Jackson Coon stepping into the batter's box here from the left-hand side.
They're really struggling to get anything going on offense and
looking to produce a run. Yeah,
that was a great effort. That almost went for none, and it's just too bad he couldn't make that catch. But now runners on the corners, they got to focus on the basket.
Have to forget about the last play. Put it in the back of your mind. Put it out of your mind. Don't even put it in the back. Just keep it out of there. And like I said, concentrate on Jackson Coons.
Pitch misses wide. Goes to 1 ball and no strike here.
Of course, Trevor Sanders visibly disappointed, but he has to do his best to forget about that, throw a ground ball here, get Coons to hit something directly to one of the middle infielders, and hope he can turn 2 and get out of this inning without any further damage being done.
I fully agree.
Sanders steps off here.
Yeah, he's got to look for a ground ball here.
So Cole Walters with a bunt single. RBI here.
Runner off. Who just goes over there.
And give it to CSI. Like I said, they played that last game. I thought they could come out deflated against the Spartans. They actually put it together all within a matter of a couple innings. Like I said, they came out looking a little bit lethargic, maybe a little bit of a hangover from that last loss. They got it together. Boomer Walker got his guys focused here, and CSI is ready to finish the fight here. The task at hand is to win this game and move on.
Another bunt.
That's exactly what they're trying to do here.
Catcher looks up in the air for the last bunt. Ball just rolls to the backstop.
Jackson Coons here. Now 1-2 count. I doubt the bunt is still going to be on. I don't know, though. The CSI team does handle the bat very well. could be an opportunity for them to try to squeeze home the fourth run of the game. You never know.
I think with 2 strikes though. Now you let him swing. I mean, don't bump with 2 strikes.
No, yeah, probably
up
not.
3-0. I mean, give him a shot here. Nice.
Next pitch goes high for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. 1 run already home for CSI. Looking for more.
10 o'clock mark here on the West Coast.
Yeah, about 10 to 10 here.
On our board, it's 10 o'clock. On the computer, it says 9:48.
Yeah.
So, tomato.
And the next pitch is fouled out and out of play. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 away here in the bottom half of the 7th. Like I said, we're about 10 minutes to 10. Thanks to all our fans for listening to the broadcast here on
We appreciate you guys.
College of Southern Nevada Athletics. Been with us all season. We appreciate all the great support we get.
They've been with you all day.
Feel like I live here.
Hey, create a little bed for you. Whoa.
Oh, and that is lifted. That shot may get out of town.
It's over.
And it does. Wow. Jackson Coons turns on one, and just like that, a 3-run homer may have just put the final nail in the USU Eastern Eagles coffin. Jackson Coons rounding third here, getting celebratory high five from his third base coach here, and his teammates await him to dent the plate here with runs 4, 5, and 6.
He absolutely crushed
and
that ball.
And he crushed that ball.
He really
My
did.
goodness.
I mean, that ball should still be coming down, man. That was a moonshot. I'm
Yep.
happy I was going to park my car behind right field. It was tapered off due to the playoff games. I'm happy I didn't after that shot.
Well, you would have done that. You might have gone out minus a windshield.
Some safe light, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And the 10th hit of the game for CSI could be the straw that breaks the camel's back here as they now lead 6-0. And this baby is pretty much, I don't want to say a formality. I mean, I've seen comebacks, but Trevor Sanders gets an ovation as he heads into the dugout. And we're going to have a relief pitcher come in. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll get you the official statistics on the new USU Eastern pitcher here on the Coyote Sports Network. Oh, yeah. And welcome back into the broadcast, folks. New pitcher for the USU Eastern Eagles, Kirk Haney. Freshman out of Payson, Utah, Salem Hills. Takes him out here. Get you some numbers on Mr. Haney here in a moment.
swung on and fouled out of play.
And he has an 8.10 ERA in 43.1 innings. His opponent's batting average against is an eye-popping 346. So if you're Kirk Haney, you got to be careful here because, like I said, USU Eastern is if they give up 2 more runs, this game's over. So and speaking of giving up a run, that is a shot in the left. It looked like it was hit a lot better than it was. Didn't carry at all.
Look, it got
F7. Yeah.
Got caught in the air, got a little bit too much under that baseball.
Yep, Quentin Marcelin looking to put an uppercut swing on that, which isn't a good habit, but it'll work in some cases. F7 to retire Marcelin. It's the second out of the inning. And with 2 away here, it's going to bring up Mason Hayes.
Lefty-righty matchup here as Hayes is your lefty. With some power. Don't let the speed fool you. That power is there. We will see if he can provide it now.
6 runs, 10 hits, 3 errors for CSI. No runs, no hits, 1 error for the Eagles. And Mason Hayes batting with 2 down and the base is empty here in the bottom of the 7th. And a very productive inning for CSI.
Yeah.
Like I said, pretty much giving them a stay of execution here in this tournament.
4 spot on the board this inning.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, this is game-changing right here. Like I said, they scored 5 runs the last 2 innings. They just kept chipping away, and they finally broke USU Eastern down here. Like I said, the 4-run inning here might make the final 2 innings for USU Eastern pretty much a formality.
Yeah.
Like I said, trying to when you're that deficient offensively and you're trying to come back from a 6-run lead,
makes it almost impossible.
Yeah, it makes it look like 16 runs.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, if Beard comes,
the way Beard's pitching.
Well, Beard comes back out. Like I said, someone needs to make sure that guy's a human being. Another base hit for Mason Hayes.
Yep.
And Mason Hayes now has 4 singles, so let's go ahead and give Mason some credit here on the day. He's really doing some
nice night for
fantastic stuff. He's got a couple stolen bases. I mean, Mason Hayes really doing it all.
Yeah, providing a lot for his team as a game-winning bat could be at the plate right now.
Oh, yeah. Blake Sanchez, like I said, if he can put a charge into one here, that would be...
Ball game could be over.
Good night.
Basically on a blink.
All of a sudden, on a blink, we had a 2-0 game coming to the bottom of the 7th inning. We thought we were in for a photo finish, so to speak, here, kind of like the Kentucky Derby last Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
But CSI said no, as they put a crooked number up here in the bottom of the 7th and literally snatched any life that USU Eastern had right out of there.
Follow up on your point on the Derby. First Derby last week I didn't watch in my entire life. First Derby I've ever missed. It was a shame.
Well, it was a great Derby. It ended up being a good race.
I heard it was close.
Yeah,
the horse didn't pull away by 10 cars.
No, they had some rain delays, some issues with the turf or the field, the dirt, whatever.
Awesome.
And, man, Exaggerator really gave an effort there. Look at Mason Hayes.
Man.
Well, that's smart base running. He had the play in front of him the entire way. He didn't even hesitate after he hit second. Knew he was going first to third.
He knew what he needed to do. A ball to the gap here could potentially
Blake Sanchez. Oh, yeah. If you get a ball out to the gap here, like I said, that could be the game here with runners on first and third. 2 away here, and that's going to bring up Trevor Lippard. Lippard here looking to put a charge into one here. Definitely has the power numbers to do so. And like I said, at batting .326 on the year, Lippard's one of the guys you'd like to see up. And this kid Haney, like I said, he has struggled here. Opponent batting average against .346. Super high.
Yeah.
Like I said,
how many innings was about? How many innings did you say?
Let's see. He had.
You always got to be careful with
that
number.
No. He had enough innings though. The sample size for Haney 43.1.
Chopper eats up the second baseman. 1 run in. Hayes comes in to score.
So over 43 innings. That's a big enough sample size. It's not over 10, 12 innings, and we're going to give an error there.
Yeah.
And that's going to plate run number 7 here.
Now.
And just like that, CSI is a base hit away from winning this game, basically walking off here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. And they have plated 5 runs.
Man, what an explosive inning.
Very explosive. 13 hits now for the Golden Eagles. And it didn't start this way. See, the funny thing is, you're going to wake up, people are going to wake up tomorrow morning, read this box score, and they're going to think CSI had their way with USU Eastern, and that is hardly the case.
Yeah.
I mean, this was a tooth and nail battle here that was going to go down to the final pitch just 30 minutes ago. And he gets started off. I don't think that's going to be a tough play to make, though. Oh,
what a play.
What a play. Nice
made
job.
It shortstop.
And P6 ends the inning here for Cody Garvin. And as we head to the top half of the 8th inning, CSI has broken this game open and now leads 7-0 on the Coyote Sports Network. And welcome back into the broadcast, folks. Top half of the 8th inning as Ryan Beard is continuing on the mound here with a no-no.
Exciting stuff still as he hits. Yeah, he did make contact.
Oh, and look at Austin Gertzen really glaring back at the pitcher here. I mean, understandable. Last thing Ryan Beard wants to do is hit the leadoff hitter here in this spot. So, I think players sometimes they take too much offense to stuff that isn't intentional. And you see it at a lot of levels. Austin Gertzen there, you got to realize, I mean, put yourself in his shoes. Put yourself in the situation of the game with a 7-0 lead in the top of the 8th.
Happy?
No, the last thing you want to do is hit somebody, so you can't think in any way that was intentional.
No, not at all. I mean, you saw the good example of that was in Major League Baseball tonight. There's a home run hit off of John Lackett tonight, and he yelled at the man for running too slow around third base. Shouted an expletive at him. It's like, come on, man. He's enjoying his home run.
Well, the old adage they say, if you don't like him doing that, don't give up the home run.
Exactly. Joey Bats provided the best example. You don't want him to hit a home run? Don't throw him a fat pitch right over the middle of the plate.
Exactly. Do not let the man show you up, please. And that's exactly what will happen here. Next pitch coming in to Reggie Gates. He's taken outside.
You got to be careful with Gertzen on first. I know it's a 7-run lead, but he has taken a nice little lead at first base. Count is now 2 balls and 1 strike here as Beard comes set and delivers the 2-1. Swung on, hit up the middle, ground ball, gets under the second baseman's glove, and that's going to scoot in the center field. 2 men on here for the Golden Eagles as they're trying to prove James Hernandez wrong here by saying this game is not over, coming back down from 7 runs. First 2 men on to start things out here. And now up's going to be number 19, Reggie Gates. Looks like we have another lefty-lefty matchup coming here. You have Gates versus Beard. Should be a good matchup as Beard should be almost at the end of his line right about now. He's got to be over the 115 pitch mark, but they're really trusting in Beard to keep him out there.
Yeah, not only trusting in Beard, but again saving some bullpen arms. I mean, CSI has to start planning for tomorrow now.
Yes.
They're in it. They're playing. Beard. If I know the pitch count looks astronomical, but he's in control. Yeah. He's still throwing good. His accuracy's fine. If you can get away with utilizing him, like I said, we thought when this inning started here, it looks like USU may be knocking on the door of putting a run or 2 on the board. But, we thought if Beard can get through this inning unscathed, get his team to the bottom of the 8th, and they can score a run and walk off with it, that'd be the ideal situation for CSI, Boomer Walker, his entire staff here, as they were only able to use or only needed to use 1 arm in this particular situation. But who knows? Like I said, USU Eastern.
I think they're trying to prove you wrong right now.
Yeah,
they're 2 men on here.
They're making me. I get the egg on my face right now for sure.
See if they smother her completely here.
Yeah.
Not quite. The 2-0 was swung on and missed that. Count now goes to 2 balls.
Well, and that just shows you that Beard still has some giddy up on that heater. When he really wants to dig deep, rear back, and fire it in there, I mean, he's got exactly what he needs here. 2 balls and 2 strikes, and that ball is hit up the line.
Oh, just off the webbing.
Oh.
Just off the webbing.
Looked like he had it. Nice effort there, though, for sure. He said the ball just off the webbing.
Yeah, it was just off the webbing of his glove. He was showing some great hustle going down in the foul territory for the baseball, but couldn't quite get it.
Excellent hustle there for sure. Like I said, you got to love your third baseman selling out. Like I said, all Ryan Beard's doing on the mound is tipping his cap to his third baseman for that effort for sure.
Now, I believe you have a full count here.
3 balls and 2 strikes here. No outs. Beard needs to make a pitch here because, you don't want to load the bases. I believe this will be his last batter regardless.
All of a sudden, you're in a real bad
situation.
But
you load the bases up here, and all of a sudden you bring in an arm out of the pin here. Oh, and there it is, ball 4.
Goodness.
Another wide one. That's got to be it for Beard.
Well, as they say, sit back and strap it down. Everybody get in your seats.
Yeah.
No, my goodness, they are really not going to take.
We got no movement from the CSI.
Well, they may be taking some time too, but there only is an arm. I mean, he's just getting loose. He's just starting to throw now. There's been no real active throwing. No.
Here goes Beard.
That was
pitching to Mitch K.
The base is loaded. Pitch misses high and inside. I guess they want the Golden Eagles to get back into this one.
First pitch to K.
I guess my prediction of an exciting finish may come true.
Yeah, it may be. Or this could be it here. Schmidt goes out.
It better be.
Boomer Walker comes out to tell Ryan Beard, thank you for the effort here. Thanks for what's going on. And
wow, they're still keeping him in.
Here he goes.
Wow. Pretty incredible stuff here we're seeing, to say the least. I've never seen a manager show this much faith in his pitcher at any level.
Well, Beard has to be pitching on pure adrenaline at this point.
Yeah, we call it fumes a lot of the time.
Yeah, fumes, adrenaline, however you want to paint it. The picture's got to look something like that. It's going to look the same regardless. But I'll tell you what, again, CSI, they were in survival mode to start this game. Now with a 7-0 lead, they're thinking about tomorrow. They're thinking about what they're going to be able to provide in the next game as far as opportunity here, and that ball is smoked.
Just missed.
Missed here as it goes right back to the screen.
That just missed the barrel of the bat there.
Yeah, that could have cleared the bases for sure.
Yeah, that happens.
You've
got a brand new ball game.
Oh, you put some in one of these left or right center field gaps here. Plate 3 runs, it's just like that. All of a sudden, we'd be talking about something totally different. So, Beard comes set to deliver the next pitch, and it is cut on and missed for strike 3.
I mean, they tell you to play protect, but that ball wasn't even close.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was honestly a bad swing, and it was a half swing. It wasn't even a full swing, and I think that's something that makes the manager, especially Scott Madsen, upset. If you're going to take a hack at it.
Yeah.
I mean, you better let it rip, because if you hit that ball, it better go somewhere. That was a half-hearted swing that basically helped Ryan Beard out. And now, wouldn't it be something if Beard can throw a ground ball here, double up USU Eastern, and still get out of this inning without giving up a run? He's already struck out 10.
And amazing night. His total pitch count, to get a number on it, he is at 132. He's at 130. 137 to be exact, yes.
Ooh.
I was reading the sign language wrong up here in the booth.
Now 138. But I'll tell you what, if you disregard his pitch count, you were just watching him throw right now, you wouldn't believe, you'd think he was at 78. I mean, the guy is still throwing with some nice velocity on his heater. I mean, he's getting that ball up there, and he's still got swing and miss stuff, which you saw with the last batter here that looked foolish on the check swing here when he was retired. So, I mean, Beard, the 0-2 count here he comes and hits. Wow.
The outside corner.
And the umpire not showing any love for that outside corner here, as Beard has tapped that consistently all evening. Not wanting to ring up the batter here for strikeout number 11. Ryan Beard comes set to deliver the 1-2. And that's grounded into the hole.
Trouble.
That's going to score 2. Well, it looks like
Just
station-to-station baseball as they just score 1. Schmidt comes up and gloves that, and Beard is visibly upset, but
still nobody getting warm. There's nobody warming up in the Southern Idaho.
Wow. And you know why Beard is so upset? Because he really thought that last pitch on the outside corner did catch that for strike 3.
Oh, yeah.
And, of course, he would have loved to Oh, he's still in. So
I have never seen this. 140 pitchers. It's not even a pitcher ready to go in the bullpen.
No, we got nothing
That is
going.
crazy. I don't even know what to say to this. It's like uncharted waters you're in. You know, when you're on a boat and you go out way deeper than you're supposed to.
Oh, Ryan Beard throwing a nice little slurve on the inside there for a strike.
I mean, 140 pitches. I mean, I never even seen a
Ryan
major
Beard,
leaguer throw that many.
This guy's going strong. Yeah, this is a throwback to the 50s. I don't know.
1900s.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, 1900.
Oh, wow.
That's going to be 2. Oh, and they don't send him. I don't know why.
Well, the right fielder has a decent arm out there, and I guess they didn't want to test fate. But I mean, down to 7-1 now 2.
7-2 now. Another hit for USU Eastern.
Hey man, one good base hit here. We got a real close ball game.
Oh yeah, well if I would have a gapper. I mean,
yeah,
a
I
gapper.
mean.
If you can clear the bases here, whoa!
Yeah,
all of a sudden the game just got really interesting, and Boomer Walker's got to be over there.
Yeah, I mean,
biding his time. I mean, he's got to.
Nobody warm.
He's got to know that his pitcher has reached the end of his leash, doesn't he? I mean.
Yeah, I mean, I guess unless they're that scared of their bullpen, they can give up a 5-run, at the time, a 7-run lead, but. Crazy.
They may be a bit haunted from what their bullpen did or wasn't able to do the last time they were in this stadium against our CSN Coyotes. It seemed like they just couldn't throw a strike to get an out, and there's going to be 2. 1, 2.
Oh, no.
3. Oh, and he throws it away instead. That was a tailor-made 1-2-3 double play.
Oh, my.
Instead, here you get an error on Schmidt, and he throws it into right field. That's going to plate run number 3. That's going to be the 4th error on CSI. They really have been a little bit sloppy out there with the ball.
Utah State's still alive in this ball game.
7-3. What do you do here?
I mean, well,
Beard's,
first you get somebody up in your bullpen is what I do.
Well, Beard's going the whole way regardless here, and
clearly
he's got to be very upset here because that 1-2-3 double play should have ended the inning.
There's been a couple of times he had a questionable third strike, a double play. I mean, he's had more chances to end the inning.
Yeah,
it's just crazy.
He's had some chances. That's for sure.
I mean, he's got to be approaching a 150 mark here pretty soon.
Well, here's a good thing. There's 2 down in the inning. Okay, you got runners at first and third.
There's only
2 down.
There's 2 down.
Yeah, there's 2 down.
There's 2.
Yeah, there's 2 down because he got the runner. He got the force at home before Schmidt threw it away. So there's 2 down here in the inning. Runners on the corners here. But, hey, if USU Eastern can chase that runner home from third, watch out. That pitch is in there for a strike.
Got a fan concerned about the scoreboard and the outs that are on it. No worries. It'll get changed.
We got everything.
Got the best booth in the business up here. 0-2 now at about 150 pitches.
Oh, my goodness. 0-2 count here, 2 outs. Beard finally trying to get himself out of the inning. His defense has not done him any favors.
No, not at all.
This inning, for sure, he should have already been in the dugout with the jacket on.
Hey, that's going to be tough, too. Oh, no.
Oh, and no play.
Wow.
A comebacker here plates run number 4. And don't count these Eagles out yet. Here is USU Eastern has put up a 4 spot.
Wow, this is one of the most incredible at least try.
Well, what a game!
What a game! Yeah,
there's 2 outs, but there's runners on first and second here. I mean, what if he puts a charge into one?
Yeah, and it gets out. I mean,
not even out. I mean, if he hits one to the wall
and
needs to score 2 runs, I mean, all of a sudden you're looking at it. You're looking at a 7-6 ball game. And Beard comes set to deliver here. Next pitch is outside for a ball.
What a game. What a game, all you could say.
Wow.
I mean, he's behind here, 2 balls and no strike.
And that's going to be high for a ball.
3 balls, no strike to count now. 2 down, runners on first and second. Potential tying run on deck if he throws another bad pitch here. And he does. And still nobody warm in the Golden Eagle bullpen. I've never seen anything like this. In my entire time watching baseball, I have never seen anything this ludicrous. And this is crazy.
Yeah.
I mean,
well,
crazy.
this is one of those situations where you just wonder here. The
What's
manager,
going on? What's going on?
Yeah,
I
the
have to
manager's
know.
asking for something improbable from his pitcher here. I mean, his pitcher is obviously run out of gas here on the mound. But it's almost like the manager doesn't want to take a look over there and try to do something. Speaking of trying to do something
Austin
here,
Gertz is finally getting a chance.
Is exactly that kind of bat here. And if he puts a charge into one here, this could
might be here all night. I'm just going to put up a little bunk bed for us here.
Yeah.
Camp.
Oh.
He was hoping for it, but it didn't.
3 unassisted here is Austin Gertz. Mercifully ends the inning here.
We're going to head into the bottom half of the 8th inning. Golden Eagles score 3. Southern Idaho still leads 7-3. We'll be right back with more playoff baseball here on the Coyote Sports Network. Welcome back to the broadcast, everybody. Southern Idaho Eagles lead by a score of 7-4 here as the Golden Eagles of Utah State University put a 4 spot on the board last inning. Really got things going and made this game exciting. Started out 7-0. Now it is 7-4. As we have a pinch hitter, number 28, Brandon Torres Moore at the plate. Freshman out of Nampa, Idaho. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way, misses high and inside for ball 1. Golden Eagles trying to make this a really fantastic finish here. Southern Idaho looking to put this ball game out of reach. 1-0 pitch on the way is swung on and missed that for strike 1. Actually looked like it was foul tipped back into the glove. And some really good baseball here tonight in this final game of the night of the Region 18 tournament. 1-1 pitch off speed moves. Count inside. Count now goes to 2 balls and 1 strike here with nobody down. Bottom half of the 8th inning. Southern Idaho looking to add to their lead as a 2-1 misses low and away. Count now goes to 3 balls and 1 strike here. Wind has really calmed down. Almost no wind to speak of. Ball's not going to really get much carry tonight. As the 3-1 misses low for ball 4, and Southern Idaho starts this game, this inning off the way they wanted to. Lead off walk. Now we have coming to the plate number 3, Jake Boyd. Coming to the dish here, righty-righty matchup. Runner on first now, nobody down. Pitcher looks over, keeping his man honest. Pitch now, shows bunt, pulls back in time. Count now goes to 1 ball, no strikes. This third baseman making a beeline in the infield toward that baseball, but no successful bunt was laid down. Runner taking a little bit of a lead off first, nothing too much to worry about. 1-0 pitch on the way, pulls back the bunt in time. Runner goes nowhere, count moves up. 2 balls and no strikes. Fans still here in their seats. Thought some might foul out after it was 7-0, but everybody stuck around for what turns out to be a pretty entertaining baseball game here. 7-4. Southern Idaho leads as he misses on the bunt. 2-0. As he did go around now. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike here. Not sure what he's trying to accomplish with the high bunt, but nonetheless, he missed and the count is moved up. 2 balls and 1 strike. Runner on first here. Nobody down. Third baseman playing up on the infield grass, about as close to home plate as you can. 2-1 on the way. Catches the outside. Off speed. Counts even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now, do they still keep the bunt sign on, or do they let him swing away with 2 strikes? Personally, I would let him swing. 2-2 on the way. Breaking ball freezes him for strike 3. Take a seat, Jake Boyd. Beautiful pitch for the first out of the inning. It's gonna
Perfect pitch there. Backwards K in the book here. Jake Boyd. And we're coming back to the top of the order here with Cole Walters. 1 away in the inning here, bottom half of the 8th. All of a sudden, we're in a 7-4 ball game.
Yes, very entertaining ball game.
Absolutely. I mean, and not only entertaining, I mean, give USU Eastern all the credit in the world to get themselves off the mat and keep fighting.
Yeah.
I mean, the heart that they're showing here tonight, I mean, this can't be duplicated, can't be replicated, and it shouldn't be overstated. I mean, this kind of effort here from a team down 7-0 with 6 outs left saying, hey, you know what, guys, let's go let it all hang out. Let's do everything we can. Let's not have any regrets when we leave this field, win or lose, and it's exactly what you're seeing here out of USU Eastern.
Hey, you don't want to give them a comfortable bus ride home, and they're going to be very antsy.
Oh, you not only, absolutely not. And there you go. CSI sends a single over there. Cole Walters. And I believe that's going to be Cole Walters' 3rd hit of the game. Here it is. 24, Jackson Coons.
24, Jackson Coons coming to the plate here.
And Jackson Coons here with an RBI opportunity with runners at first and second here, only 1 away in the bottom half of the 8th. If anybody thought we were headed for the gates, we're not. Bottom of the 8th, we got an out here. Runners on 1 and 2. 14 hits for CSI, but the alarming number up there is 4 errors. I mean, they really did let Beard down in that inning here. That should have been 2 runs.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, that comebacker to Beard, the one that went 1-2, could have went 1-2-3, but there was the overthrow into right field. That's exactly where you're going to.
And it would have been 7-5 here, as James Hernandez is going to have to step away from the booth for just a moment. So I'll take over the play-by-play duties here as we have Coons at the dish. 2 balls, no strike to count, 1 down. Runners on second and first for the Eagles. Trying to defeat the Golden Eagles of Utah. 2-0 pitch on the way right down the pike for strike 1. Beautiful game has been played tonight. Like James Hernandez mentioned, a 7-0 lead erased by Utah State University, making it now a 7-4 game here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. 2-1 the count, 1 down. Pitch on the way. Swung on. This ball is laced over the shortstop's head. That's going to at least bring 1 in, and it does. Southern Idaho takes a 8-4 lead. Nice base hit by Coons, plating himself an RBI. Going to bring up now number 14, Quinton Marcellin, coming to the dish here. Going to have a righty-righty matchup. She's got runners on second and first now for Southern Idaho. Sporting gray tops, gray pants. Just look like the White Sox, as James Hernandez mentioned earlier. Very similar uniform combination. Mound visit coming from the catcher and manager. See what they exactly decide to do here. Hasn't had the friendliest of outings. Gave up about runs that he was giving up. About 4 charged to him last inning, and then another one here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. 5 total runs given up. Umpire out to break up the mound visit. No real current sports news to keep you guys up to date on. I know Golden State was leading Portland for a while. Don't have a final on that yet, though. Waiting for that as soon as we get it. We will get that to all of our fans listening. We appreciate you guys out there. Seeing some other news, Noah Syndergaard really did it all tonight. He allowed 2 runs over 8 innings pitched and drove in all 4 Mets runs thanks to really 2 400-plus foot bombs from the pitcher. It's the first pitch. Misses low and away for ball 1. About 10:25 here on the West Coast. 1-0 the count now. Runners on second and first. Southern Idaho Eagles looking to extend their lead before they go to the 9th as the 1-0 misses off the outside corner. Count now runs to 2 balls and no strikes here. 1 down, runners on second and first base. Catcher sets up a little bit over the outside portion. 2-0, swung on and missed that over the top of the changeup that fell off the table. Count now goes to 2 balls and 1 strike here. Quentin Marcellin, sophomore out of Layton, Utah. I'm sure Utah State University is not foreign to him, but he sure would like to beat the Golden Eagles. 2-1 pitch on the way, swung on. This is going to get to the gap. That's going to get down. Left fielder does a nice job of cutting it off and getting all the way to the gap. Big throw in from the outfield. That gets away. That's going to bring in another Southern Idaho run. They take a 8-9-4 lead, 10-4 lead. They have now 6-run lead for the Eagles. With 1 good swing here, the game could potentially be over. As it is 8 runs after 7 innings is your mercy rule, or 10 after 5, but in this case it would be 8 with a home run, indeed by Mason Hayes. But before any of that is possible, I believe we are going to get yet another mound visit and another change of the pitcher. We'll see what they're going to do exactly. Looks like there is another man headed out to the field as well. Looks like they're changing the left fielder and the pitcher. We're going to step away for a minute here. We'll be right back on the Coyote Sports Network with more Region 18 playoff baseball. Southern Idaho Eagles lead 10-4. Welcome back to the broadcast, everybody. This Region 18 playoff game. Looks like we have a new pitch in it. It's going to be number 6, the right-hander Zach Lindell. Zach Lindell, out of Salem, Utah. Right-handed pitcher, freshman. Zach Lindell, once again, for everybody up here in the booth. And Mason Hayes is coming to the plate now with a terrific day. 4 for 4 on the day. He's been tearing the cover off the baseball. See what he can do here with a potential game-winning run on the end of his bat. Entire infield going to move up here, trying not to concede another run. First pitch of the sequence on its way. 87-mile-an-hour fastball paints the outside corner for strike 1. 0-1 the count with 1 down. Pitch on the way to Hayes. Swung on and took a big hack, but comes up empty. Count quickly. 0-2 on Hayes. Now he's going to have to play protect here. Infield still pulled all the way in, trying to stop any slow-rolling ground ball from scoring a run. 0-2 on the way. Swung on and hit through the hole on the right side. Mason Hayes is going to have a single RBI to his name. Eagles lead by a score of 11-4 now here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. One more run from these Golden Eagles, and they'll be able to go home, if you want to call this early, somewhat early at least. 10:27 here on the Best Coast. 11 runs on 17 hits. To think this was a 1-1 game, A 1-0 game back in the 6th inning is crazy. First pitch swung on and fouled off. Oh and 1 count remains with one down and Hayes on first base. Blake Sanchez taking his at bat now. 0-1 pitch misses off the outside corner. Counts even. Call uno. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out across the board here in left field. Hayes taking a decent lead off first. 1-1 pitch. High chopper hit to the shortstop. He had to back up and play this one. 6-4. Although get his Hayes at second. No play at first base. Hayes is going to have to head back to the dugout here. 2 down now as potential winning run stands on first base. For the bat of number 1, Joey Rossi. Utility player, can play just about any position. He's a sophomore out of Bakersfield, California. Don't see too many California kids playing in our conference. Nice to see one here. First pitch he sees looks like fouled off for strike 1. Outfield not playing as deep as I thought they would, trying to prevent a potential game-winning run from scoring, but we'll see what they do if the ball is hit there. 0-1 pitch on the way in the dirt. Nice work by the catcher behind the plate to keep that one in front of him, evening up the count at a ball and a strike apiece with 2 down. Sanchez digs in. Pitcher having a nice little stare down here as Hayes gets his lead off of first. 1-1 pitch. Ground ball hit to the shortstop. Shortstop having trouble getting out of his glove, but he does get it out in time to get Rossi at first for the 3rd out of the inning. We're going to head to the top half of the 9th inning. Southern Idaho leads the Utah State University Golden Eagles 11-4. We'll be back with more Region 18 playoff baseball here on the Coyote Sports Network. Welcome back to the broadcast, everybody.
And the first batter is retired 5-3 here, and believe it or not, Ryan Beard is still throwing out on the mound here. He's got to be right around 155, 160?
155, yeah.
I guess give or take a few pitches when you're in the 150s. I say that half joking and half serious here. Either way, the first out of the inning recorded 5-3, put out from the third baseman, Jackson Coons. And that's going to bring up
first pitch swung on and missed
He's
that.
on the other team. So it's Colton Hill now batting here.
0-1 count here from Beard, who's having an incredible performance. I mean, only 3 hits on over 150 pitches. The 0-1 is swung on and missed that.
And Colton Hill, a freshman out of Payson, Utah here. Utility freshman coming in off the bench here. Like I said, USU Eastern definitely emptying the gun here, using all their bullets. And speaking of using all their bullets, Ryan Beard.
Goodness, I mean, this is going to be over 160 pitches.
Well,
here.
this doesn't
hands down.
It almost doesn't seem real until you see the man has 11 Ks.
Well, if you see the stat line, it becomes more unreal. I think. Don't look at the stat line. That makes it more unbelievable.
I don't even want to look at it. I just want to enjoy this last
batter
here.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know. USU Eastern has gotten up off the mat several times here.
Yeah, I think
both these teams have played with the heart of a champion for sure. This just shows you the competitive nature of the Scenic West Athletic Conference here, whether it's the sixth team, whether it's the top team.
Exactly.
You're going to get a game here. And Ryan Beard has pitched made the game of his life. I mean, let's call it what it is, Carmen.
Yeah, it's got to be. I mean, there's no way he's ever pitched a better game in his life.
No way!
It's
especially
ridiculous.
with so much at stake here, meaning that he's pitched his team to tomorrow. He's pitched his team to continue in this tournament. He's looking to end this in style here.
He has nothing.
He has 2 strikes.
He has nothing. That was an 82-mile-an-hour heater.
He's got nothing.
I've never seen
He
this.
might watch it. Spot this on the outside corner to end it. Oh, and
he
it
did,
was.
but
Yeah. This should be 4-3. Should be easy, and it is here. Ryan Beard, give that man a Gatorade, a hug,
and an ice pack,
and a shower. Everybody should be buying Ryan Beard dinner. He should eat, and then when he's done, then everybody else can eat.
Yeah, they watch him eat, just like he had to watch them all game while he did the work.
Well, Ryan Beard, I mean, make sure you give him a 5 on that right hand, will you? That left arm's got to feel like jelly. He probably can't even feel his hand, but it's got to be an amazing feeling here as CSI closes out USU Eastern finally 11-4. In the bottom of the 9th inning. Carmen, what a game, what a day.
It was. What an exciting game. A long game, but a fun one to say the least. Exciting during multiple points. The score does not tell the story of this game. If you can rewatch the broadcast, go ahead. It was a fantastic game. 11-4 does not tell the score.
No, it was a fun time. Like I said, we're here. And, Carmen and I, not only are we blessed and privileged to be here bringing these games to you, I mean, this is what it's all about here. We get through, 50-game regular season in the Scenic West. We see some competitive baseball throughout. But when you get to the handshake line here, you see both these teams showing nothing but admiration and respect for each other here. And that's this entire conference. I mean, from top to bottom, like I said, you are seeing some great baseball being played here in the Region 18 tournament. I myself just feel privileged to be bringing you the broadcast here. Carmen, take it away here.
Yeah, you've done a lot of talking today. Tomorrow I believe we start what time, James?
At noon.
Coyotes.
High noon here at Pack the Den, folks. I mean, come out to Moore Stadium. Come take a look at this team. Perfect Game has them ranked 19.
It's the best baseball team in the state, people. I mean, you could take your Gorman. You could take all your other college teams. This is the best baseball team in the state.
2 years in a row. That is not a lie. Carmen is telling the truth here.
Yes.
The best baseball in the Silver State here. A hotbed. Chris Bryant. Joey Gallo, Bryce Harper. Let's talk about it. The best baseball in the state of Nevada is being played right here at Moore Stadium in Henderson, Nevada. This is exactly what you want to be. Coach Garitano has his team peaking at the right time. Come out tomorrow, first pitch at noon. CSN Coyotes, we still don't have a starting pitcher yet. Coach Garitano said he wanted to weigh his options. It's either going to be Mikey York or A.J. Jones. We'll see what happens here. After a tremendous day one here, what a great day of baseball.
It was, and I can't wait for tomorrow. We'll be back at high noon tomorrow for the Coyotes and the Wildcats, all too familiar for us in the postseason. And it's going to be a great game, 12 tomorrow. I will see everybody that's listening right back here tomorrow at 12 p.m. And you, Mr. Hernandez?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, fans, for taking a little bit of time out of your day. For Carmen Colosimo, I'm James Hernandez. Thank you so much for tuning into the broadcast. Wear your blue if you come out to the stadium to support your CSN Coyotes. If not, we will have the first pitch here starting at noon tomorrow. First of 3 games, 3 amazing games today. If this was any precursor to what tomorrow's going to hold, it's going to be a fantastic time. Everybody have a great night. Thanks for tuning into the broadcast, and we'll see you soon.